So,
Uh, with regard to the prompts,
mm-hmm,
I think it's not even something we intentionally do,
mm-hmm,
but our brain, anytime it sees the topic of division, is more attracted to that topic
mm-hmm,
than other topics sometimes. Sort of like how your brain always tells you to eat the carbohydrate instead of the vegetable,
mm-hmm.
right? If your panel was on a divisive topic, I guarantee you, instead of 16, you would have 600 people here,
Yeah,
right?
facts.
So I think part of it is people are just attracted to information that might be a threat to them based on our biology. But I also think at the same time, when you go to Africa itself and experience being in different locations,
Mm-hmm,
the divisiveness is not there like they report it, right? For instance, I went to a lot of North Africa, and the stereotype is they have a problem with people who are not Arabs. That's not true. Egypt, half of Egypt is black. Aswan, Luxor, all these places are black, right? So that's my thoughts on it.
okay.
I think the dangerous thing is people who are good at spreading division
Mm-hmm,
are good at attracting big audiences, and it's
mm-hmm.
a hard problem for people to solve.
Yeah, I see that too. I see that a lot. It's easier. I mean, a lot of people are just attracted to the negativity because I guess probably they're bored or they just want drama in their lives. But I get what you mean.
But it also exists. I'm not denying that it exists.
Mhm,
There are, but it's not the whole story.
mhm.
And
True.
I think the bigger story is greater than that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, more people are attracted to lies and gossip. Well, let's put to the lies, the lies than the truth. Because when you talk about the truth, it's not a lot of the time it's not sexy or it's not so you can't but the truth once you say it is just the way it is. You're not gonna change it all the time. It's like, wow, tranquilo. Oh,
Exactly. When ladies are going around house to house, for instance, this is just an
everything is ready
example.
because everyone's
What do they sit around talking around the tea? Right. It's not about the good news all the time. The
yeah.
hot
I got
topic is what you know.
have you been to Morocco? Yeah, I understand, but that's a different situation though. Spilling the tea, a lot of it is has to do with I mean, it can be true. A lot of it is not because they're telling a lie, but just because it's gossip. Sharing secrets that people don't know, or even secret thoughts. That's what it's about. Um,
Yeah.
let me see.
I have not been into Morocco. I've just been to Egypt in North Africa.
Okay. All right. So, knowledge, what's up?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Well, to be
evening.
honest, as we African, uh, division comes because of our nature, our
Mhm,
foundation.
mhm,
We are consumers. We don't invent anything. We don't contribute to the world. We consume. So that kind of mentality, they're never gonna be united. They're never gonna accept others. They're never gonna respect. They'll put tribalism, religion, whatever bullshit around.
mhm,
They put it as they paint it any topic. They paint it with religion, with anything.
mhm,
So to have priority or to be the top. So what we can see as a black man, we are consumer. So any consumer, he like easy access. He like themselves. He like to feed himself. Whatever is gonna invade, something to entertain.
mhm.
Something is just gonna be there, like what's that called? Like a toy.
Mhm.
Okay? We
Yeah.
not really as a black people, we not adding to the word nothing. We can chop it here, we can say that, but if you see, but if you see,
Go ahead. My bad.
if you if you see us, we don't accept each other. So how we don't accept each other because we believe ourselves we are third world class, and we look at ourselves in the mirror. We know that good enough. We can contribute to the world.
You know, we're not just consumers. We also
No, we are consumer, the majority. You know, you're gonna, yeah. You can say that. And let me finish my point, then you can defend whatever. I know we are African, we are the best. We're that. I heard that many times. The war.
to make one point.
Listen. We have the war in every village, in every country. We don't like each other. We don't respect each other. Okay? Because our nature is we are consumer. We don't invent. If we can invent, so we can have our own solution for any problem we have. We don't really look at our problem to create to have our own solution. We always seeking help. We always copying other people democratic or other people rules to fit in our society, to fix our problem. These people, they create their own program, their own democratic, their own method to solve their issue, but we copy their philosophy to solve our issue. You see, we are very consuming in everything. It's not just for food or the clothes or airplane or car or whatever. We consume even for the court system, for anything. We just copy from. It's not even copy. We just take all of it and put it in ourselves. So why as a black man, I'm just consumer. I don't contribute nothing into the world. If I'm not this kind of guy, how can I have a mentality to accept others from just a neighbors? We don't like in one country. We don't like a tribe. We don't like our own Somalian. They don't like even Somalian. Do you understand?
I say just one thing in response to that.
Go ahead.
We are influenced by the white tea, man. That's true.
Yeah. I heard that. We always gonna blame.
Hey, okay, hold on.
So
Philip,
if you know the issue,
Yeah,
if you know the
go ahead.
issue, if you know that the white man is gonna influence, so if I know, you know, why we cannot me and you work? I'm not saying.
Ignore that. Ignore that part.
No. Please don't blame any white people. White people,
Yeah.
they know what they do. If they do that, they because they're smarter, they know how to do that for us. If they do that, I clap for them because they win. We lost. Brother, we lost. They win. If they do that to us, if they're capable to control us, and listen. If they listen,
One at a
I'm
time.
about North
One at a
African. I'm
time.
not talking about that. I'm talking a pure of I don't want to be racist. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about if you're gonna blame the white people who can divide us, I clap for them because they stronger, they clever, they can. If you know that,
I said ignore that aspect. Do you hear what I said?
I didn't hear that.
You ignore them for a moment. Let's
Okay.
just talk about Africa, assuming just African people only. Yes, the white people exist and sometimes they have a problem and they contribute to the problem. Let's just ignore that. But in African only context, how does your opinion change? Because you said Africans are just consumers.
We are
How does it
consumer
change?
because what I can
Ignore
see.
the white tea.
Do you
No,
know
no,
why?
ignore white tea.
Do you know why did I say we are consumer? Because if we can invent something, we can invent to solve our problem. How many times you heard that? Let's help Africa hunger. Imagine that we have all these resources and we're still behind. We don't have facilities because we don't look for our issues. We don't solve it. We like other people to come and solve it for us. So that's what make me as the biggest consumer. If a person is a consumer, he doesn't really care
My
about
brother,
others.
you're calling for the same thing you accuse us of. I said ignore the white
I'm not accusing
tea.
you. I'm accusing myself too. I'm inside.
Solve just in the context of just black people only. Just ignore the white tea influence, good or bad. Just ignore that. How does your opinion change on things, or how you present
Okay,
things?
for me in Africa, if we need to change, first of all, I would think that the system of education we have is completely storage. It's nothing to make you smarter. The Minister of Education, they bring the information, they feed you, and you need to memorize. After that, they will give you example with this example, you need to do your exercise. That's a very bad habit, and it's not good for the memory. It's not good
Okay.
for the brain to be smarter. Only be a storage, like a memorized stuff.
Okay, knowledge.
That's one you need to
Knowledge.
go out from our system.
Knowledge. Then what can Africans do to improve themselves, to become more
That's why I'm giving you
together?
1 point first.
Yeah.
This point, you didn't get this point.
Say it again.
So I said that you see, I've been to Ghana, okay? I've been to Kenya, okay? Sudan and Somalia and this. The system we have, okay, is memorized system. It doesn't make you smarter. It's a storage. What they do, they bring the information, Minister of Information, the Education, they bring the information, they feed you, and you need to memorize. After that, you have to do your homework.
But that problem is everywhere.
No, it's not everywhere. It's not everywhere.
It exists because a
Then-
lot of
Listen, have you seen the Korean and the South Korean and the Japan, how they study?
memorized. It's memorized.
But wait,
Okay,
with
okay. The way
knowledge.
they study, let me explain to you. The way
Yeah.
they study, they will ask you a question.
No, he's
They'll
not.
start asking you a question. So asking you a question, even though you know you don't know, you will start thinking. Okay? You will start guessing. That's make you more, the brain will work more and make you more smarter. So that's, at least will push us.
are famous for memorization and procedural learning, my friend.
We will always be using our memory for learning, and a lot of the things you have to, if you're gonna learn something, you're gonna have to learn the let's say, for example, mathematics. You have to learn certain ways of actually doing it. How do you call these things again? It's been a while. The formulas,
Procedural learning.
yeah, the procedures, the formulas, the step-by-step system, because we have to be always, we think on systematic ways. So, but I'm
That's not
I'm
the best
trying to
way for
understand.
everyone, but for
Yeah.
many people it is.
Yeah, it's not the best way, because
Okay,
as human beings,
you slightly-
as human
you didn't
beings,
get my point what I was
wait,
trying to say.
wait. As human beings, we do learn in different ways, and that's not a conversation about learning, but again, we can bring it into the conversation as well, because when it comes
Yeah,
to
that's
learning,
one point I said.
we
And
learn
second-
differently. But
second,
what
that's one
should we?
point.
Okay, knowledge at this point. Then what should we be learning then?
What was it? Sorry.
What should we be learning if you want to talk about learning? You're talking about the method of learning, but what should we actually be learning?
Okay, what's the result? And you see, okay, if you been feeded by information, certain information, and you need to memorize. After you memorize, I need to give you test. That should make you being isolated in one subject in one zone. It doesn't make your brain faster or smarter. But if you the way I teach you, by asking a question, it will make you more smarter. So what happened is, even though you go out of this field, you go another field, by asking, you will focus on the question. So if you understood the question, you have the half of the answer. Understanding the question. Do you understand what I mean?
What
So
type of
that's
question
it would
would
build
be
your
that?
brain. That's one step. That's what I believe. Maybe I can be wrong. You can correct me as well. Second, what I can say in Africa, if we need to develop, we need to be creative. We need to create this stuff. We don't limit it ourselves. Oh, internet been done, everything been done. We need just to follow that. We can do our own system, our own stuff. We can fail 3 times or 4 times. It doesn't matter. But we need to start. It doesn't matter if we have a gap between other world. We're not racing them. We need
Do
to
you
improve
think we have
ourselves.
a problem that we think a solution from outside is always better than a solution from the inside?
Well, we need to have a solution from inside, not from outside.
But do you agree that a big problem in Africa is they think a solution from outside of Africa is always better than a solution made by inside of Africa, people inside of Africa?
Yes, that's why most of them they trust. Most of them they trust the system, because what happened is because listen, when you're poor,
Yes, Shana. Good.
okay,
Hey,
when you don't have
Shana
money-
just said, look, Shana just said something deep here. This is all abstract theories. What are the concrete practical solutions? Because it's about, we can have theories, but at the end of the day, we need practical solutions, things that we can actually manifest or make happen in the physical world. What are some practical
So I think
solutions?
one concrete thing is we have to identify places in Africa, all sorts of spaces in technology and education where success has been had, and study those places and see if they can be transferred to other parts.
Okay, I understand. We have to also agree that there's not gonna be one solution, because a lot of the time we try to think as human beings that the only solution that is possible that's gonna be viable or helpful is only one way. I mean, we have to think about it. It's a big country, and I mean continent, and also there are a lot of different things that can be
Exactly.
different
That's why I asked the
mindsets.
second thing of, is it transferable?
What do you mean? It can be. There are a lot of things that are transferable from different culture. What sort of okay? So Angus, August, what would you say is what culture that you find could be somewhat Africa could replicate?
For instance, this is just one example. Somalia had a civil war. The South was very bad in how it dealt with it. The North part dealt with it better. So maybe we can study how the North dealt with it. And in case another region in Africa had a civil war, we could say this is what the people in that country who had a lot of divisions, even in the North, did, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I explain this part?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, if you see north of Somalia, it's like North of Korea or South of Korea. It's just a big difference, yeah? Completely different. The way they live, the way the system they bring. There is one part, to be honest, they hold some religious extremists, and they've been always having a place they can hide, even though they can pretend that to tell the world we against, but in a true color, they know they hide in there, and they're having a big. It's not only support; they have a big business there. So these people they cannot really be trusted, for even though.
Listen, brother, I'm not here for too long, but I'll tell you what Africa is divided. It's because the West Africans and the South Africans, they look up north and they think just because these lot are changed by skin color, we're a bit lighter than them. They think we're not African. I understand the Islam, I understand the Arabs that came to Africa, but I look at them as the educators of Africa. They brought religion to us. They brought a lot of things to us. You know, if it wasn't for them, Africa wouldn't be here today. But anyways, the West Africans, they look at us like we're not from Africa just because we're a bit lighter, my bro. But listen,
Give him a
Africa,
chance.
let me tell you something. God made every creation on this land, yeah? And Africa is not just a black continent. If you think Africa is a black continent, it's because you have, how do I say, you have a colonizer mindset. That's what I want to say.
All right.
Do you think that
Listen, Africa is for everybody, bro. Africa is for everybody, bro. White, black, ginger, wherever you're from, bro. As long as you're native to that land, no one can say nothing to you, bro.
Okay.
If your grandparents and your great grandparents and your great grandparents and you keep going down the lineage, have been in Africa for thousands of centuries, no one can say nothing to you, bro. That's why a lot of West Africans, they come to me, they say to me, bro, because you're North African. Me, I'm Moroccan, alhamdulillah, yeah? Me, I'm from a city called Casablanca, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
We have a mix of Arab and Berber, but the Berber people, they're the original people of the land. You can't take that away from them. History and science proves that. So for a black West African, not all of them, but for a black West African to come to me and say to me, I'm not from Africa, bro.
Yeah, I can agree
I'm
with
not
you.
with
You,
you. I'm not
you
with
would
you,
like
bro.
to be accepted. Would you accept them as well?
Say that again?
Would you accept them as African as?
Yes, of course I accept them.
Okay, as simple as that. Then.
Why would I not accept them, bro? You think
No, because no one need a permission to be accepted by others anyway. But just this is not for me. It doesn't make a chicken laugh, to be honest, because it's not necessarily.
where are you from, Akhi? What are you from?
What
East
are
Africa?
people in your country doing to divide Africa? Can you critique your own culture?
But 1 second, it's not just my country. It's many countries across. If you talk about
Okay, that's what
there's a
topic
lot of
we need to
government.
talk about.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
If you can accept each other, we have a solution.
Listen. Me, I'm a Moroccan. I'm from North Africa. I love Africa. but I believe that Africa is not just black. And there's a lot of people on this app, they come on here with
Okay,
this
we're not
mindset that
gonna go
Africa is
back.
only
We're
black.
gonna talk what white people did, black people did. It doesn't matter. That's
But
history
one
record.
second, why is black people always the victims? I don't understand. Everyone is the
sorry?
victim in this life. Everyone is the victim in this life. We're not
Yeah,
here just-
forget that part. We're not talking
we're
about
here-
it. We know.
We're here to speak
that's-
about humanity
yeah,
in Africa.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
We're
but
just
we
here
don't
to speak
wanna,
about black people.
brother.
Understand? Okay,
we don't
up to
wanna
you.
go that. We have it now. How can we go from here forward?
Yeah.
We don't wanna go backward. What
Yeah.
happened? Who, white, black, ginger, whatever. Doesn't matter. That's useless. This card is being used many times.
Listen, warrior. Me, I grew up with Somalis, yeah, so I don't
It
understand why.
doesn't matter. Okay.
Listen, akhi, me, I don't understand why you're speaking to me in a way like I'm against your rights or.
No, it's not. No.
I didn't say
Wait.
that. No,
Wait.
Don't
Speak
put
to me normally.
a word in my mouth.
You're
I
not even
said,
coming to me
brother.
with a topic.
Akhi.
You're just.
No, hold on, John.
Listen.
Black people.
Wait,
No,
okay, wait. Okay, guys, he's not speaking to you like that. If you thought it was like this, Bella, that's not what he meant. I've been talking to him and he's not like this. Hold on, Bella. But
I understand, brother. I
Yeah.
understand.
He-
I came here on good vibes. I said,
yeah. I mean, still,
I'm
with
from North Africa.
Wait.
Just because I'm lighter to you in skin
Wait,
color
bro.
doesn't-
No.
Bro,
We
wait.
don't care about your skin. I said from
Bro,
now, how
wait.
we can go forward from here.
Yeah.
We don't need to
Here's
go.
the thing.
How we can go forward?
Yes,
all the way
yes.
to God.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Wait. There is people believe God. There is people that don't believe.
One
there
at
is
a time.
Christian, there is Muslim. There is a lot of people. That's card.
So
we take out.
you wanna fix it by politics?
No. We asking you. Wait, I got this knowledge. So Bella, we just want to know your opinion. Oh, awesome. Thank
You're
you.
asking me the question. You're
Yeah.
asking my opinion, but you're not asking me the question, bro.
Wait. Your opinion. How
Ask me the
can?
question.
Oh, hold on, then. You have to wait, bro. But why you so? Calm down, man.
Calm down, bro.
You're
but
not.
it's just,
You're not.
This topic, it gets me heated up, bro. Because I
Okay.
have my own lives and we speak about this and it gets me heated up.
Okay. Let me. I want to understand. Why does it get?
Listen.
Why does it get you
Why
heated
does it
up?
get me heated up? Because me, I'm proud of Africa. I'm proud of my motherland. And people tell me I'm not African just because I'm lighter than my skin color.
Really?
Hit me, bro.
I had no idea, man. That's
One
this.
second, the Moroccan Empire, yeah, it's been around way before Japan. I hope you know that.
Well, for me, look, I have no ill will against African. For me, I just wanted to understand because what's the reason for the big divide?
What's the question? Listen? I'm not here to explain my personal opinions. What's your
But
question?
but
and I'll ask you and I'll answer you. What's
so
your question?
but in that case, then are you gonna be basically,
It's me. I came here. I spoke the truth, and then you got this Somali Muslim brother attacking me.
bro? Look, stop playing the victim, man. Just let's focus. So the question is, what do you find? It can be Morocco, it can be Africa in general. What do you find that Africa could do and to looking at the future to elevate itself, to bring togetherness?
Listen, first of all, Africa, the whole of Africa needs to apologize to us here as a country, Morocco.
Okay.
Because if we speak about the African Cup here,
Sorry you lost.
I'm gonna I'm not. I didn't.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
I listen.
Let him finish.
But why do we steal the towels, bro?
No,
You have to
talk.
understand that in
No.
African football, there's black magic.
We're supporting
Listen, in African football, there's black magic. I'm not accusing Senegal of black magic.
Brother, I will
I'm
come
just saying-
later, man. This is
Listen,
Not-
I worry, Somali brother. Go focus about the women. Listen, go focus about your own community that have
Oh,
sex.
no, hold on. Knowledge, you don't have to go because, bro, he like at this point,
He's been. He just. He, I guess he's too young, or maybe I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, we have to focus.
He's not mature enough to have this kind of conversation.
Yeah, we're not talking about-
him.
We're not talking about the cup and anymore at this point. It's not
No.
about that. It's about, if you can see, yeah, it's about Africa in general. This is not about football. This is about betterment or elevation or, to find ways to create togetherness. This is what it's about. It's not about.
But the host, one of my points is
Go ahead.
one problem is we scatter on too many topics.
Yeah. Okay.
That Africa needs to like decide on the top 3 things.
Whoa, thank you very much. What's your name? Star. Thank you. I appreciate it, Star, for the keep it coming. Yes. Okay, wait, guys, hold on. I want to give Mister a chance. I think he's been here just
Yeah,
patiently
sorry,
waiting.
yeah.
Let's give Mister a chance.
Okay, thank you, thank
Yeah.
you.
How you doing?
First of all, it's a very important question. Why are Africans so divided?
Yeah.
Now, the only way that we can go forward is that we must cut ties with the past, because you need to understand, guys. Before the continent Africa has become the Africa we know today, with the borders and the flags, after the World War One and the colonizers, there was no borders and flags. We all had our cultures, empires, soldiers. We were trading with each other. We were in peace with each other. Don't forget that, guys. This is a creation from the colonizers. As long we don't cut ties with those people. By the way, in order to get your independence, our leaders signed treaties with the colonizers. They have made deals behind closed doors. We are a victim, and still today we are still victims, and now we are fighting amongst each other. That's the biggest problem. So the only way to go forward is we need to cut ties with the European. Once we do that, we have fully 100% independence, then we can go forward. Take, by example, the leader Lumumba. He went against them. He's gone. Gaddafi, he's gone. That guy Sanka from, I think, Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
Now, Ibrahim Traore is the leader now. He's also gone. Ibrahim is still there. I mean, Jonathan, I think his name was Jonathan Sanko or something like that. He's gone. A leader from Libya, his name was Omar Mukhtar. He went against the Italian colonizers. He's gone. Everybody who goes against the system is gone. And the population is the victims. And now we are divided, brother. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, brother, come ask you a question.
We need to cut the
Let him.
Yeah, you don't think that every one of us know the problem, but we cannot have the solution. For example, you just mentioned now. I heard that type of this story many times by telling us the West or our leader. Or, I do agree with you. So if you know, I know, and everyone knows. So why we cannot talk about the solution? Why we cannot go forward and have, because the truth is, brother, I don't want to interrupt you, but I can continue. The truth is, we don't like each other. We don't accept each other.
Why?
That's the truth.
That's a weak mindset. I was just telling you.
That's what I can see. I can be wrong.
Okay, just one by one, please.
Okay.
I just told you before the colonizers, we were living with each other. We were trading with each other. Gold, diamonds, silk. You know what I'm saying? We were living our own life in the continent before the whole thing broke out. You need to understand that. So the solution, I told you before, I'm going to say it again, is we need to cut ties with the people who set that kind of regime. And the only way is war. We're just civilians. We have no army. We have no weapons. We have no power. How do you want to go forward with nothing? Just be honest. We have nothing. Our leaders are puppets. We move, we go to jail for life, we disappear. Where's the democracy? You're saying we hate each other. We don't hate each other. We are stuck with each other. That's the fact.
Okay. All right. All right. Easy to get after blaming colonization. All right. Knowledge. Do you have a response to what he just said? Do you have a response?
Well, to be honest, when what I can see in reality, so the government
You're good leaders.
is not capable to control us or to lead us if we're not being divided by our own individual. Our individually, we don't really accept each other. We can smile in front of us. We can have like a hero in front, but in true, we don't really having bridge. Our bridge is broken. We don't really gather together. If I go other club or other wedding, I become like some famous guy come. Because you look like you're very strange. You don't look really welcome. It's not easy gonna fit. Because what happened, we don't really care about each other. We, whatever country we go, we don't really have like very solid community or bridge, even though how we have our own countries, but we don't really connect. We don't have really connection. Our only connection is sometime will be wedding, whatever, and very temporary. Some people they like it, or some people they go against it. And other than that, we don't really have the pro code.
How can
Like
how
Latin
can we
America,
fix
they
that?
do.
How can we fix that then? Knowledge. How can that be? I mean, sometimes you can dislike someone, but there can be a common thing or commonality that bring you guys together. If you don't like someone, you can find something that brings you together. I mean, how can some countries?
I don't know because I'm going to tell you the truth. If I don't like the tribe who live is my own country, do you think that I'm gonna like you? Do you trust me to like you? If I don't like someone because it's not the same tribe of me, he speaks the same language or same religion, whatever. I don't like him because he's from different tribe.
True.
Do you think that I would be honest to like you? You come from the other side of Africa. Someone who live next door. I don't like him because he just is not my tribe. Do you believe me that I will say that I'm gonna be your friend? I'm gonna be I like you.
Yeah.
Do you think that will be it makes sense to you?
Can I answer to your question?
Yes, answer, brother.
Answer, and then we're gonna move to Amino.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Mister. No, Mister, you can answer to your. You can answer, and then.
No, I just wanted to say to Knowledge that the hate thing that you are saying, yes, we gotta be honest with each other. We have a problem, but in general, the Africans are nice people. We get along with each other. Okay, you have some bad apples right and left. Maybe you don't like your neighbor, but that's your problem. It's not a general problem. You gotta be honest with yourself. You're gonna tell me you hate everybody? Now there is something wrong with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Amino.
Hello, hi, good evening.
evening.
Actually, I have different mindset to all of them. And my name is Iron Woman, and I believe one thing. If we're gonna get a solution in Africa, female have to rule it, no more men. That is my own opinion. I believe that women, if they rule in Africa, things will change because we are blaming everything white men. Yes, white men has been done and brainwashed us, but we're supposed to forget it and move on. But the problem is by the way, we're all civilians, we are not politicians, but the problem is our leaders, they take the mentality of the Westerners was being making slave to each other, to themselves. They are making themselves slave as well. It is very hard in African country as African to go without visa. My own country, in the airports, they humiliate me, but the white man is very easy to enter. So the problem, the cancer is us African inside, and especially the men. Me, I believe Africa women have to rule it. No more men. If we need a peace, we need to trade each other. We need to live a good life. No more men, because men, they kill each other every day, bring these problems. But we women, we're not going to take a gun and kill each other, but we will fight by tongue and say the fit by tongue. If one of us steals something, we will say, oh, she stole everything. We will bring the evidence out. But we don't start to wars. And this world, to be honest, men and women, we are more than a man on this earth. So the peace in Africa is no man anymore. Women have to rule every country in Africa. And we
So may
have
I ask you a question, if you don't mind?
carry on.
She's.
Okay. Are you gonna be a soldier as well, or just ruling?
Listen, I'm originally, I don't know if you can Google it, I'm originally from Somalia by blood. There was a queen called Arawelo. Have you
No,
ever heard
okay,
that story?
okay. We're not going there. I'm
No,
asking you.
just I am only explaining
Yeah,
to
but
you
my
what
question
we
is
have done.
simple.
Everything we will rule it. Everything. Any man who become against us, we will do like Arawero. We will cut
Okay, I'm asking you.
Wait,
Are you
wait.
gonna be soldiers? They gonna be women only as well?
You mean?
Women can do anything.
Yes,
That's
but
what
just
I
answer
believe.
the question.
Soldier, everything. We will be
If we love to, you can take over to take everything, and we can give you a chance. Maybe you're right. I'm not gonna go against
all
you.
the men will cook, man. They will cook
Oh.
and babysit.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
They will babysit. We will bomb. They will babysit and cook and clean.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna be the soldiers?
We will run
So
everything. That is my belief.
are you gonna convince me? You gonna be soldiers as a woman and fight as soldiers, a man of another countries?
Exactly.
Do you think that as a woman we cannot fight for a war? In a
Are you,
second,
are
if
you,
we can
capa-
kill
are you
No.
everything,
able
then we
to
can
fight
do
another
everything.
man?
You think it that we, bro? You don't know women when it comes to the war. They are better than a man's reality.
That is not chicken chips. That's
Okay.
Just saying to you, go and read that story of Queen Arawero. This it happened.
yeah. No. I don't have a problem with this. If you can,
And there was,
you must
there was
listen.
a female only army. There was a female kingdom.
Okay.
I believe Africa female is better to
Okay.
women.
I don't
Thank
have
you.
a problem with that. But what I'm asking you, we can support you. We can give you everything. You can lead, and you can be a soldier. You can make a decision, and you can run it.
And
But are you gonna defend the country?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. That's it.
Yes, I
so-
believe it's a female.
I'm gonna
for the
I'm,
power
I'm gonna
of
buy my makeup from today.
Yeah.
Okay,
Knowledge.
then you make sure you save a lot of money to buy makeup.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make
Yes,
Buy
I will
your-
buy more clothes as well.
Yeah. But okay.
Even
So
on the trousers.
yeah. Buy your makeup knowledge. Get your dress and everything. So
Can I say something?
what do you think about that, Mister? Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. She made a point, because if you look at the history, like I'm from Morocco, we had a very powerful queen for a very long time. So in the continent Africa, through the history, you had powerful queens who were leading the country. That's a fact. This woman is right, but we need to go back to the point of why we are divided. We need to cut ties with the people where we come from. Okay, I give you the chance. Take your land, go rule, go be a queen. But we need to start to cut ties with the people who formed our governments, our borders, our flags. She's also right. You cannot visit one country without the other with a visa. In Europe, you are free to go around Europe.
Yep.
24 countries.
Yep.
Now, there is something strange with this picture. You understand what I'm saying? They are free and we are divided. Once again, we need to cut ties with the European colonizers. They are the problem of everything. The first solution is to cut ties with those guys. They are still living from the riches
thank
of
you,
the
Star.
diamonds. and
Brother,
gold.
don't blame to the Western. The cancer
Thank
is
you,
not the
Star.
Western, it's us African. Our leader man is there, the cancer. Don't blame to the
Oh.
Western.
Let him
What do you
finish.
mean don't
We
blame?
don't-
Before World War
Forget
One,
it.
before
Past is past,
Easy,
but
don't
we are
talk here.
21st century. There is African
let me
country
speak.
don't have even
Let
Okay.
Amino, give him a
21st
chance.
century.
Let me
Give him a
answer.
chance, Amino.
Let me answer. Before Africa was colonized, we were living in peace. The white man from Europe came to
Hey,
us,
guys, like
and
up.
conquered us. Do you understand this picture?
Yeah.
They came to us. We
But
didn't go to
2026
Europe.
in African country even don't have a water, don't have electric. Are you blaming to the Western, the colonizer?
Okay,
Blame
let me
to
tell you
our
something.
service, blame to our own leaders.
Let me tell you something.
Even
Your
don't have
leaders.
this MRI
Your-
scan to the cities.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, hold
Your
on,
leaders,
Amino.
Before
The
they
cancer is ourselves. We
Okay.
are the cancer ourselves.
Okay, Amino, give him a chance. Amino, you have to relax, okay? We want to
Yes,
hear you, but you
yes.
also have to let him
I'm
talk.
only saying, listen, host, I'm really talking for real.
Go ahead.
Every African country, when they were colonized, before they got their independence, they were forced to sign the contract behind closed doors. That's why we are in this situation. The leaders are living up to the contract. Do you understand? Some countries in Africa, 50% of the gold still goes to the European Union. You're gonna tell me don't blame
Actually,
Europe?
yeah, actually, a lot of the gold goes through the Middle East, eh? A lot of the gold, like especially from the DR.
Take by example France.
France.
France conquered most of West Africa. All those riches from the ground, a part still goes to France till this day. You're gonna tell me don't blame Europe? We were living chill.
I do agree
All
with
of
the
a sudden,
sister.
we see white man on land killing our babies or women or children.
Brother,
Yeah.
brother,
Okay. Hold on, Mister.
Come on, man.
Hold on, Mister. Then wait, Mister. So we still need allies. You know, when you talk about Africa. If you say break the relationship with Europe, so they still need ally. But one thing that I notice is that still they're saying all of the time that Africa is the future, and also is gonna be the Asian countries, African allies. What sort of allies should Africa be looking forward to make, or business relations? Think about outside of the continent, because the world is global. It's not
Outside.
just outside.
Okay.
There's different hemispheres.
It's a good question. Who can we trust outside our own people?
Yes,
I
exactly.
don't know. I don't know the Asians. I don't know
No,
the
we cannot
Russians.
burn the bridge
It's
anyway.
difficult.
That is it's not nothing to be a good idea. If you the bridge should be open, but we should have to say, we should have a control. We should
South
have
America,
we
India,
play the game of
East Asia,
interest. Okay.
Caribbean.
Okay,
Okay,
but
yeah.
at the same time, no, we can be like they have the decision or they have the percentage. Imagine that we sell in our resources and we put in the money in their bank and we invest in their Gucci Armani.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wait.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly
All
what
right.
it is. Africans don't. Sorry if I'm
No,
just jumping in.
go
I
ahead,
just
go
wanted
ahead,
to say
Slim.
this
Go ahead,
really
Slim.
quickly.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I just have to say this. So Africans, if you really think about it, Africa is an enormous continent.
Yeah.
Enormous. It is. But if you can't even fathom how big it is compared to the rest of the other continents. Europe is a speck on Africa's. Even some countries are almost
Bigger.
the size of the whole of Europe. What I'm trying to say is that the knowledge is there. The knowledge has always been there. The problem is that what they do in the West is that they have sanctions. They put things on people. They take things away. They put their own government. They put their
Rebates.
businesses in there. The businesses that they put in have government support and money pumped in by the French to put in billionaires in Mali, Burkina
Thank you,
Faso,
brother.
in that area.
Preach.
Let me finish. And then what happens is, if you look today, even in the Horn of Africa, in the coast, look at the history. It has been completely taken away. People today look at the Somalis as if they are the dirt of the earth. But what they don't remember is only 50 years ago was the most powerful army in the whole of Africa. People forget that. People forget that it was Nigerians that had the longest man-made structure on history on the planet Earth. Some of the biggest economies in history came from Mali. I mean, if you really think about it, the knowledge has always been there. What we have been duped into, what we have been tricked into thinking is that we need support. When you, like for example, these churches in America that send eggs over to America, this is a very good example. They send eggs over to Africa as if they are helping us. But what they do is they destroy the egg community that was already in Africa, because now nobody is going to buy the egg from the egg farmer. They are going to get the free eggs that came from the distribution. You see, they have been emotionally, mentally, physically messing with us for almost 150 to 200 years. Africa has the knowledge. There's
Yes,
power plants. There's enough. There is children. I swear to God, if you look back, I will tell you one thing, and then I'm gonna quit, and I'll leave it to the host after that. I'm so sorry, brothers, that I'm taking your. But I wanted to tell you, there were children in three different African countries, very close to each other on the West Coast, that had found perpetual energy. Perpetual. Do you know what that means? That means energy that comes from nothing, that is almost endless. With very little resources, they powered a whole city. Children, not adults, with PhDs and multiple. These were children that did that in three different countries on one side of this bloody continent. I'm telling you, the way that they take over is by telling you that you are not as good as them, by mind fucking you, by telling you that you need to listen to rap music, hip hop from America, telling you that you need to be gangster, this, that, and the other. If you're not, you're a sellout. If you do this, that, and the other, you are this. But they can be put themselves on a pedestal while they put us down. This is the difference between their thinking and our thinking. Our people have never been violent people in that same way of like vindictive violence. Our violence always came from the human, the animal instinct type of violence of like taking what is yours and making sure that you're protected, not putting people down and suppressing them and making them feel like they're the worst of the world, because that's what they have been doing to the rest of Africa. Imagine this, brother. It was the Africans, it was the Horn of Africans that discovered coffee, the guitar, all those things, and that put the world on the map. Without the Somalis, the English wouldn't be able to travel to India or Indonesia or to Australia, because they didn't understand the monsoons. It was the Somalis that taught them out of the goodwill of their heart, because they thought that they were trading with them. The Portuguese came in and they tried to take over Mozambique. It wasn't even a whole country. It was businessmen from Mogadishu that protected that coast. You can look all of this up. This is 100% in history.
Yeah.
They have been a different way of thinking. Vindictive thinking, you know, when you have a good person that is easily duped by a person with bad intentions. That's how you can describe the two people. So what I'm trying to say, the point that I'm making is, we never needed them. We have the richest country we have the richest continent on the whole planet by far. It's not even close. It's not even fucking close. Sorry for cursing. We don't need any other person to do that.
All right.
Our
Thank you.
people can do it themselves.
Thank you,
Sorry.
Slim.
There you go, bro.
I would like to.
mute
I would
myself.
like. No. Hold on. Mute yourself. Amino. I would like Slim. I would like for you to hear Amino's point, because Amino was saying here that the future should be women. Basically, all the leaders that are men should be, well, the government in general, the power structure should be in women's hand. Miss, I don't know if you want to have anything you want to say, Miss. You can always come up, say something. But Amino, what would you like to add? Yeah, what would you like to
kind
add?
of those words, African man or black man don't like it. They don't like to hear it.
Oh, we do. We do.
I was been telling the story of Arawel 100 PC, how she was being ruled
Arawel
in
is-
Somalia.
That's my ancestor. I know this. That's okay.
Yeah, and I say this Africa will be nice if female is rule, because we are the mothers of the
Okay.
land. We know the right and wrong, what's good our land. We know how to negotiate. We know how to lift it up.
Okay.
Because without women, there is not even on this earth.
You are not lying. You are not. You are actually telling. You know, the first female
adopt the
pilot
I agree, Shana.
was yeah. She was
Hi,
from
Apple.
Somalia, and she taught the people from Benin and the people from I forget.
For sure, no babies. What do you mean by that, Ninja?
She taught them how to fly. She was there to teach them how to take care of their
I'll leave on this
the Air
That is
Force.
true, Igor.
It was a Somali.
Because I believe African women they are the most strongest and the most smartest women on this earth.
That's true, but I think
Yes.
I think
God bless all mothers of Africa. You are the
Absolutely.
most intelligent and smart. Never ever give up.
All right.
Absolutely.
That is what one thing I will add it.
And again, we have to also preface this by saying
Yeah.
that what the West tried to say is that they have like women's right. They had women's right 108 years ago. That's it.
Yeah.
Do you know how long ago our women were leading armies and fighting? It wasn't in Africa. It wasn't a thing like male or female. Even though we know that, of course, it was about intellect. It wasn't about physical power. It was about intellect. So some women had the intellect to lead men, and the men would follow the woman because she was smart. She had actual ideas. So we listened to our people. We didn't just follow and say like, woman, get the hell out of the way, you weak person. No, we didn't do that. We followed the woman because she had an intellectual superiority at some points, not always. I mean, it was always equal, but always you have to remember we are still animals and we are still based by our animal instincts, and it was, I'm sorry, sister, to say this, but a lot of men have always set the rules within the African continent, but also a lot of women have done that.
But guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all the men is that bad. There is a good man as well, yeah?
Yeah,
The
we are.
good man can follow us.
Absolutely.
We are
I don't think it's just the women that
the
we should
good man.
follow. I think it's over the men. Go ahead.
Because Islam, he says he's going to prepare makeup and the clothes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what he's doing at this point. Knowledge went to prepare his makeup.
I'm talking about all the men. There is a good man as well. The good man can follow us. But I am only saying the future of Africa, how can we change it?
Yeah.
Look now, yeah? They
Okay.
killed Gaddafi.
No, wait.
No African leaders has ever.
Wait, Amino, hold on, Amino. We have to, with some words, we cannot repeat them all the time. They're unalive. Let's use unalive instead. Amino, I want to give you a chance to move forward, but let's. U.S. North African genetics vary compared to sub-Saharan African. We are not black. What's this thing about you guys are not black? Okay. So, okay,
I know about that. I know about that. It's because it's an American thing. So in Africa in general, they take it out on the Somalis and the Ethiopians and the Eritreans. Because what we have always said was, we are Somali first, or we are Ethiopian first. So, and I think that's the same way that Nigeria will say, I'm Yoruba first, and I'm Igbo first, and I'm this and that first. Then, you know, we have always been like that. That's
Brother, we are not here for Somalia. We are not here for Ethiopia. We are talking the voice of Africa.
Of course.
You have to understand that.
I'm just trying to explain why they say that we are not considering ourselves like.
Forget about it. We are talking here.
No. Give him a chance.
The brother asked,
Amino, you have to give him a chance to express himself as well. Come on, go ahead.
The brother asked why they think that we are not considering ourselves as
The
black.
problem is
That's not what-
tribalism.
we never said that. I look in the mirror every day and I see a black face, and when I look looking right back at me, I see that. That's not. We know who we are. What we say is that we are first our nationality. Our first alliance is, of course, always to our brothers and sisters, like to my family. And my family's extended family. So that goes on to every Somali person within my race, within my city, within my clan, within my extended clan, like every other Somali does, with every other Oromo, with every other Ethiopian, Habasha, Tigrinya, it doesn't matter. And then you go to the Sudanese, we all, the closer you are to each other, the closer you be. But that never takes away that we consider ourselves always the closest to our African nation.
Dad kala sii hadlaan, dad kala sii hadlaan.
No.
But it's true. We are we are also African. At the end of the day.
English only.
Before anything
All right.
else.
All right. Thank you for sharing, Slim. We have Exotic. Exotic, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good. I just wanted to jump on the panel really quickly and share my thoughts and my experience pertaining to this topic. So, growing up, I used to see a lot of people like divided in the African community, and why? It's because mainly African people, from what I've seen now, depending on whether they've traveled outside of the continent of Africa, they start to lose their sense of identity, and they forget who they are. When they go to places like America, Australia, and Europe, they start to adapt that culture. And as a result, when they go back home, there's a big disconnect because of the fact that they lost their culture. And then they have the tendency to think that they're better just because of the fact that they left Africa. And the truth is, you can take an African elephant outside of Africa, but you can't take the African out of that elephant. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's like, and I'm not trying to be rude, the problem here is some people think that they're also better because they're lighter. Let's not get it twisted. We've been indoctrinated into the European beauty standard, and we know that skin bleaching is a very big industry where we're seeing women that bleach their skin, and it's also self-hatred as well, because people also hate themselves as well, because they're trying to get closer and closer to being lighter.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it.
And what countries? Thank you, Exotic. I mean, I know about the self bleaching part because Friday there was a lady that was here. I think she was from Somalia, and she was basically almost Caucasian looking. And I think we were talking, and Mush, I think somebody in my chat said she probably bleached herself. But why do they do that again? Is it just through the indoctrination of self-hatred? What's the reason, Exotic, that you
So people bleach their skin because of the fact that they don't feel comfortable or beautiful in their own skin. So they want to be close proximity to whiteness. Like that's why they're bleaching their skin, and they fail to realize that black is beautiful. We should all love ourselves, and not even just black. Any shade is beautiful. People should love who they are. I have family members who, to give you some context, I'm South Sudanese American, and a lot of people from the north and the south are just like divided. At the end of the day, we're all Sudanese. That's the thing that people need to understand. And a country divided, everybody divided and disliking each other, is not going to help the country progress. Because we all need each other to progress. That's the whole thing that people don't understand. Like, you see what North Africans are divided from South Africans and
guys
the East and the North. Also, religion also plays a part as
We are
well
one.
to why some Africans are divided, because some people are Muslim and then some people are Christian. There's nothing wrong with being Muslim. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I believe in Jesus Christ, and I respect people's views. I don't try to impose my views on anybody. I don't think people should think one religion is better than the other. Everybody has the free will to choose, and that's just the thing.
Okay.
Exactly, sister. I agree with you, but how can we change?
Okay,
That's the
yeah,
question.
what can we do? Yeah, good point. Go ahead,
Can I
Miss.
say something
Sure.
before I go to bed, please?
Yes.
I really enjoyed listening to everyone. Amina, you sound like a very powerful woman, and hopefully one day you get to change Africa. I believe in you, girl.
Yeah.
Salim, you sound like a very intelligent man, and yeah, everyone should just be happy, live your life, enjoy the moment, and enjoy every second. Tomorrow's not promised.
Well, thank you, Miss. Yes. All right, Miss. I mean, should we believe you at this point, Miss, or you like? No. She means every single word.
No,
Yeah.
I mean it's the
She means-
silence. Sorry,
yeah.
the silence.
She means every single word, but she.
I mean everything.
Wait, hold on, wait. Give us a moment.
Me personally, I am from Morocco, and I don't know if you guys are up with soccer and the AFCON, but if you had seen what happened there,
We talk about it
And I
already.
feel-
Wait, hold on. We talk about it already. We spend an
okay.
entire week, but I okay. Look, I would like to hear your
did you
point.
speak about it from a Moroccan's perspective?
Yes, I've had a lot of Moroccans speaking about it. Have a good night, Miss. A lot of Moroccans and Senegalese and different Africans spoke about it. We spoke about it for almost an entire week. But I would like maybe, okay, what do you think about, what was the big, I don't want to stick to football though. I don't know what's your name. It's in Arabic. I cannot read that. But how can we, let me ask you this. Okay, I think she left. Yeah, we talk about football so many times for a longer, very, very long period of time. And so, Amino, is it only an issue with corrupt leaders, Amino?
Let me go back first of all for that sister, because she says she's from Southern Sudan, right? Somehow I like some of her topic, but I want to know it. What can we change?
Yeah.
How can we change? You know the problem Africans have. We
Yes,
like
ma'am.
talking, but there is no action, and we keep blaming to the slavery, the white man, but we are not keeping. We are not kicking them. Look, I'm gonna say something. United Nations
Bring me up.
is the devil of Africa, the dividing of Africa. If we kick them and we don't want them charity, we don't want them. Come, if you want us, come in Africa and let us trade in equal, like the way you are trading to the America, Europe. Trade with me in equal. My food is not cheap. My diamonds is not cheap. Equally on the earth. But the problem is we Africans, our men, is our leaders, they are slicker. I don't know the language. You say to me, you have to be careful.
Yeah, let's be
But the
careful.
problem is we are the puppy of the white man. And because we are ignorant on the brain. But the problem is how can we change? Have you ever seen any African leader talk about the killing of the masses?
The unalive.
The leader of... Okay.
The unalive.
Gaddafi or whatever, I don't know whatever to call him. Have you ever heard any of our leaders talking about him? Have you seen any one of them crying for him?
Why is that though?
No. Because we are enemy to ourselves. We are like our failure, our own brothers. Exactly. So we blame him. You see, there was a book has been written. Now the East Africa or the like Sudan, or these things all going on, Nigeria, Somalia, this all going things is what has been written long time ago, how to divide it in Africa, to destroy Africa, to make enemy to themselves. Today, me, for example, if I go, it happened to me in my own original country. I am original by blood Somalian, but I'm a Kenyan.
Wait, hold on.
Jomo
Why?
Kenyatta Airport in Kenya.
Give me a moment, Amino. Somebody say, why? Give me a moment. Why do you want to force us together, sir? What do you mean, force us together? Let us, all our own countries. I mean, this is the way that it is at this point. I don't even know your name.
We need to all get together because when we all get together, Africa
That's a dangerous person.
That's exactly. Why do you want to bring us together? It's like, why do you want to keep a family? Yeah.
Dangerous person.
It's.
So what I say, my sister, was I said Africa will be better if a female rule it, no more men. Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me?
I believe when women get together, things get done. Have we?
I love you now. I love you. Now five I give you. I love female power.
Okay, Slim. We need to get our cooking skills up, man, and our cleaning skills. Slim.
Do you see that the woman is the
Brother, I'm up to scratch except for the cooking. The cleaning, I got it. I got the cleaning.
Yeah.
We learned it from home. We learned that from moms. We got that. It's the cooking. The cooking is the problem.
The cooking part.
I wanted to say to my Moroccan brothers and sisters as well. I grew up in Holland, so I grew up between Moroccan people. So I understand the Moroccan mind, and I understand how they feel about Africa and how they, especially the Berber, the Berber and the Shluh. The Arabs not so much. I have never met too many Arabs, but the Berbers from the Rifi and the Shluh from the south, I understand them very well. They are my brothers. I grew up with those people. More even than my own people, even though we all mix together.
Excuse me.
But the whole point that I was trying to make with that is that, Africa is such a unique continent when it comes to that. So there's this thing called Berberid. It's a haplogroup. And it goes all the way from the Horn of Africa, all the
Can
way
we talk about
Somaliland, all the way to the northwest of Africa, and that's in Morocco. They share the same blood, the same culture, the same religion, the same way of living. So I wanted to share that and make people understand that it's not always about just how you look or what it is. It's genetics are deep. So even with the Igbo and the Yoruba, we share the same blood. Because when you do that DNA test, you are definitely gonna get some.
You see, the problem also Africa is bringing and dividing and pushing to one another.
We are
It's about religion, and about tribes. And me, if I am the female of Africa and the power of Africa, anyone who use those two things, to be honest, I will make them prison, and then after they come prison, I will make them to clean all the roads.
all right,
Those two things.
comrade? All right, let's give comrade. Yeah, give them something to
Because
do.
I'm against those two two things, religion and tribe.
Okay, let's give Comrade a chance.
Yeah, I want to say a couple of things.
Go ahead.
First of all, right, someone made the statement that we need women to rule the African continent. I think you need to take Tanzania as an example, right, and see what the current ruler of
No,
the
no,
country.
Comrade, I was gonna bring that up, but say let me hear you. Give us, for people who don't know what's going on. Thank you, Star, for the what.
So what the woman was doing was that during the last election, sorry, before the last election, she started going after her oppositions and telling them once the people decided to start to protest, she literally told the military to kill them. Right. So I want people to understand that in the African continent, as well as different countries, right, there are two things that is true: the system, each country runs on, and then the face of the system.
Guys,
the face of the system
like
is the government.
Yeah.
Okay, the face of the system is the government, whereas the system is basically how the country is being run. We cannot just change the face of the system and expect things to change. The system itself needs to be dismantled. Even if the best woman rules any African country and this oppressive system still exists, it's still going to be the same story over and over again. The system needs to be dismantled, and we should not underestimate the amount of violence that is needed to dismantle the corrupt system that exists within the African continent. I will stop talking for now.
Yes. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing good, Daya. What's in? Yeah.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah. What's in your mind?
So, okay. I am from Mali.
Hello, man.
Yes, hello, my brothers and sisters. And what went down over there, it was all about the war. I see Africans are so divided, correct?
Yeah. Why?
That's true.
It is true, though, because the reason why it's so divided because of tribes from all the countries. It's tribe related, if you know what I'm talking about.
So would you say that eliminating tribe or tribal mindset would be a way to bring togetherness?
Yes.
What else? What else?
I don't think that's the way to do that.
Okay, all right. But let's hear his opinion, and then we can hear yours, Comrade. So, okay.
Yes, because the tribes, it's the tribes that made every specific country divided, because ever since the Europeans came to power to take over Africa, the tribes were having miscommunications because of it, because it got everything out of control because of it, because ever since the Europeans came to Africa to take the resources from from our artifacts, if you know what I'm talking about.
It was difficult to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, it was the resources. They take the resource, they take the oil, they take any type of instruments of our resources for their museum, for them to believe that Africa label us as barbarians and etc. And that's why nowadays the Westerners, they try to use their power to do. Oh yeah, Shayna.
Yeah, there's something.
Okay, it's the Westerns. It's the colonial.
Okay.
It's the colonial stuff. The colonial countries are the reasons they trying to divide Africa ever since.
Okay, thank you.
You know Muammar Gaddafi?
Okay, Daira, can you mute? Behind you, there's television. Something. It's like drowning your voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I reply to you?
Yeah. Go ahead, Comrade. You can reply.
So we need to understand something, right? The moment you talk about tribalism in the African continent, ask yourself this question: why is it that the ruling class is the ruling class comprised of people who are from different tribes and they don't fight each other, right? For example, in Nigeria, the ruling party is combined of Yoruba, Igbos, Hausas, and they don't fight each other. They live in peace. It is the people, basically the working class people, that are fighting each other over tribe. There is something the ruling class in every country does, they try to push what is cultural war. So cultural war is a way of making ordinary people fight each other and point blames at each other for being the cause of the problems in a particular country. And the reason the ruling class does this is because they don't want people to look at them as the source of the problem, right? It is a known fact that if there is economic and political hardship in any country, the ruling class are the ones to be blamed. But for them to take your mind away from that, they push tribalism and culture within the society, right? Because if tribalism was something natural, right, within the ruling class themselves, there should be some sort of tribalistic problems. They should hate each other on the basis of tribalism, but this is not happening. Right? This is because what they are doing is they are manufacturing this tribal problem in our communities to keep us divided and to prevent us from carrying out a revolution against them. So this is the way they can remain in power, to be honest.
Yes. Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask this question. Exotic, did you have something you wanted to talk to say? Exotic, it's been a while. No, let Exotic go and then we can move to Slim. Yes. Go ahead.
I don't want to cut anybody off. We need to take example from the United States of America, how they're separating the church from the state. That's what we need to, and we need to be ran off of a democracy. People need to have the freedom and the right to vote for who they want to vote instead of keeping somebody in power for long periods of time. I think it's the people's right to choose their leader. And we need to pick the best leader regardless of whether it's gender, whether it's what. We need to look at what that leader can do to push the country forward. When I look at the only successful leader at Burkina Faso, it was a man that led it, but he's trying the best that he can to push the people forward. In Nigeria, I see the Fulani people, and just like what Comrade was saying, how the people, they're not fighting, but the common people are the ones that are fighting. The Fulanis are fighting, and the Igbos and the Yorubas, like the common, normal people.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, can I reply to our Burkina Faso statement, right? It just to piggyback of what I said previously, right? It is not the government, it is the system. What Thomas Sankara did was he dismantled the corrupt system and replaced it with a socialist way of life. That is why Burkina Faso was working for some time before he got killed by his friend, and which, like, the French basically made that happen. Like I've always stated in all of this life, right? When we start talking about the success of any African country, the system that maintains this oppression and tribalism needs to be dismantled, and it needs to be dismantled violently. That's the only way we can get out of this mess that we are in the African continent.
Okay, Comrade, I have a question for you. I have a question for Comrade about staying. Who would you say is a good example of a successful leader in Africa, or president or ruler? Comrade.
Okay. I would say Thomas Sankara, Gaddafi, Ibrahim Traore.
No, who's currently in power? Yeah.
Currently, I would say Ibrahim Traore, these guys from Nigeria and Mali as well. I don't know their...
Okay, why?
Why? He's from Mali.
So, one thing is that, I will tell you why, right? Because the guys that were there previously, their policies were gravitating towards the Western world, right? Whatever policy they passed, it does not benefit the people in their country, rather it benefits the West, right? And the fact that these guys forcefully took over power and basically pushed out the French imperialists out of their country, and basically are trying to create a system where the natural resources of that country is being used to benefit the people in that country. This is why I pick them as the best people currently in Africa. If you look at sub-Saharan Africa, countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Congo, Togo, Benin Republic, all of these leaders, their policies are gravitating towards the West, right? Whatever they do in terms of their natural resources does not benefit people in their country, rather it benefits the West. And Burkina Faso, Nigeria, and Mali, they don't do this right. After they carried out their coup, their resources, they are nationalizing it to basically better the situation in their own country. This is why I picked them.
Okay. So who? Ibrahim Traore and who else? What was the other person?
I don't know their name, but they are from Niger.
Of course. It's the president of. I will tell you one that has really impressed me, brother. I will tell you one that, and maybe he's not the best example, and he's been a kind of a dictator and blocking his country from doing a lot of things, but. What he did really impressed me, and that was that he told the West, he told them, we don't need you to spoon feed us. Just leave us alone. Let us deal with the rest of the world. If you don't want to deal with us, let us deal with the rest of the world. Just stop putting sanction on us and stop trying to spoon feed us. We have food. We are good. Our people are not hungry. We are okay. You know, the propaganda that they put out Africa to say like we are all starving and all those things, and that people need to send money and Oxfam and UNICEF, all those, it's all BS. I promise you. When you see what the CEOs and the executives, what they earn and the amount of money that comes in, I used to work for those people, brother. I tell you, 10 cents out of every $10 goes to those people. 10 cents out of every $10 that people. But the point I wanted to make. One second, and I will let you talk again, comrade.
No, we're gonna go to that.
I just want to highlight one thing about what's going on in the chat at the moment. There's this young lady, and clearly she has a different perspective than the majority of the people, even from her own country, the side that she's from. And I just want to let her know, like, it's okay. You can have your own agenda or your own perspective, and that's absolutely fine. The facts are facts, and DNA, genetics, they don't lie. You know, the Northern Africans, they are, you know, especially the Amazigh and the Berberi, they are Africans. They are the olden Africans, you know, the very old ones before the Arabs came. So even though they might have a different lighter skin tone, even the East Africans, they have a lighter skin tone than the rest of Africa. The more north you go, just like the rest of the world, the lighter the skin tone gets. So it's absolutely fine that you don't understand and how that works, and that you don't want to be aligned with what you call pirates and all that. But that's absolutely okay. Just I would like to explain to the sister that maybe you shouldn't push it too hard against people that want to connect with the other parts of Africa and want to actually do good instead of create diversity and push negativity. We're not trying to do negativity here. I hope that
exactly.
Super Life. I hope that you understand that. And that
I understand what you mean, but I understand what you mean. Our goal here is not for negativity. Again, I asked this question because there were some African ladies, one from Somalia and one was from, I think from Egypt. And the conversation started between them just normal, just casual, and then it escalated from 0 to 100 so quickly. And I'm like, there was just so much division between them. For me, I'm like, I don't understand why. So I'm like, okay, let me ask this question. Why they were talking about why that a lot of Africans don't like each other. So I wanted to understand what's the reason why Africans are divided. So this is like, for me, this is the reason why it stopped. I started this conversation.
This is your thing. This is your thing, brother, and you should take it.
Yeah.
Super Life. This is his place. So let's respect the guy that owns the prompt, and let's, because I think that from what I understand that the brother is trying to cause unity rather than division.
Exactly.
And let's respect his vision.
Yeah.
If you're not here for that vision, in my opinion, and in my humble opinion, and I hope that the brother understands that I'm speaking for you on behalf of you on this one. Just if you don't want to be a part of that, then maybe it's not the best place for you to be.
If you don't want to be part of it, or if you disagree, I mean, just stay and listen first before you make a judgment. You know, at least stay and listen first to understand. Okay, if you think it's gonna be negative, if you think it's gonna bring division, take a moment and listen, and then you're gonna be able to judge for yourself rather than just division. Like, don't be so on your heels, just so quick to make a decision without having the full, complete information. Let's move to Daira. Daira, what was in your mind earlier?
Okay. Earlier, when I was telling you about the story, because, well, I am Malian, born in America, because I believe it happens. It started in 2011. Well, hello?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it all started in 2011. Well, I was a kid at the time. I used to go to Mali to go see my family at the time, and it was not like that before, when tribalism hits right near the country, ever since Muammar Gaddafi dies. Because when I was a kid growing up, I already know what's going on, because I seen a lot of complex going on right to the north, where my father came from. And my father came from the northern part of Malians, which is very kind of complex in such a way, because it was mostly they got Arabs, and down there it's the South. It was kind of like a little complex. Like I told you that before, it was the French. They trying to use the puppeteers to Mali, and they trying so hard to use it. And one guy named Assimi Goy to stop that, and that's what got the people kicking the French out. It took a lot of years for them to do that, out of realizations because of it. The French are the real enemies to Mali and every African country, just like Burkina Faso did that for many reasons, for many realizations. And I know viewers may hear what I'm talking about, because the Westerners, they are the puppeteerings of what they trying to do to Africa, from my perspective.
Okay.
And that's why. Okay.
All right.
Comrade?
Yeah. Okay. Comrade, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say that anybody who comes to the life and start pushing separatist view, we should kick them out, right?
Yeah, I'm doing some housekeeping. I'm actually doing that now.
Nice.
Basically,
Because this
yeah.
space is all about unity, right? We're talking about political and
I block them.
economic unity, and we don't want people to come in and start causing division and pushing separatist view and making people to fight each other.
Yeah.
Right.
That girl with a Somalian.
And the crazy thing is that if the Westerners wants to destabilize an African country, they don't look how dark your skin is. They just do whatever they want to do and get away with it, right? They don't care what your tribe is. They don't care if you are a black African or a Arab African or a white African. You are going to get messed up either way. Like, their bomb does not discriminate.
Come on, I have a question. Yeah, I was about to ask a question, because that's why Europeans came to came to Africa before, when slavery hit.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. They came before slavery hit.
Yeah, that's why they took all the black people from America. They don't, like you, from your perspective, they don't care what tribe they come from. They just want to take you. They just want to take you from the here to America to make them work. And that's what black Americans don't know their own tribe.
You need to let folks finish their sentences. Yeah. Who was speaking though? I think it was Comrade.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I think there's another thing I wanted to ask is, I think I already asked it, but you guys said there's only one or two or just three good leaders in the continent. But how, in what way? We were talking earlier that some countries, or that Africa need to step away from some countries, but also Africa need to create some new allies. If you guys will think about allies, what sort of allies that Africa can create, or business relationship with different countries? Because
just to point out something, right? I don't know how well you know Kwame Nkrumah. He came up with a philosophy called Uchromism, which is African socialism with African characteristics.
One
He stated
currency.
that we
Yeah.
should. Huh?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So he stated that we should not look towards the west and towards the east for any alliance. Rather, we should rely on ourselves to basically build a socialist African continent, right? As much as I agree with him, right, I also feel like if we are deassociating ourselves from the West, we also need to form new
Exactly.
alliances like people with China and Russia, but we also have to put in the back of our mind that
Thank
these
you,
people
Dean.
would not build alliances with us without them having ulterior motives,
Yeah.
right? They are going to help us, but they are still going to exploit us as well. So
But-
we should be careful of these new alliances we are building with these guys from China and then Russia.
True. I mean, that's always true because you guys have to understand. I get what you mean, comrade. And that goes for everyone. Even when different cultures or different nations are trying to make alliances with each other, you always have to watch out to not be to basically watch out to not be taken advantage of. You have to always be smart to your best of abilities, because I do understand it's like a rule of thumb, but it's more about thinking of ways that can make things better. I understand. So I see China is really trying to move in the continent a lot. China is trying to create whatever they want in the continent. So we have to, Africa has to keep in mind that Chinese people the Chinese businessmen, they can be very ruthless in terms of their trickery if they are not open to understand that they need to get something in return. It needs to be a good handshake in terms of the continent get what they want, and at the same time the Chinese can get what they want, then they can be taken advantage of. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind.
Can I
Open
add
mind to.
something?
Go ahead, Amino.
Actually, when you have a big dog in the house and he's eating you, you need to get the puppy to grow and eat them back. The reason, Chinese is not good in Africa, but it's good for us to kick out for the big puppy. Because somehow it's a beneficial for Africans to see that China, we can benefit. China has never done anything bad to us in Africa. Yeah, they are thieves. Like, for example, there was a bridge they built in Kenya, billions and billions. After a couple of months or a while, the bridge collapsed. For them, I know the things they are building us is like boxes they are putting together. But somehow, we need to show that China also can run to the earth. So the Westerners can be a less power. But the problem is African leaders is the problem on the African continent. And I don't know what happened in your room. I don't like it, African people coming together and disrespecting one another. We can be different mindset, we can be different opinions, but we should respect one another. Anyone opinion should respect. Like, for example, I said female have to rule in Africa. That's my opinion, whether you agree or not. But respect is the wonderful things to each other. And I don't care what religion you are, what color you are. We are one voice of Africans. That is called united.
True.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, thank you, Amino. And at the same time, we have to think about it too. It doesn't mean all of Africa, because in Africa, you can think of how can you better your own country in Africa. Let's keep it in English, y'all. I see you guys are speaking in Dutch. Let's keep it in English so everybody can understand Slim. So everybody can also contribute to what you are saying in the chat. But
absolutely. It's one person that is causing a little bit of diversity, and it's
I think I stopped him. Okay, wait. All right.
It's not him. It's a her. It's a her.
It's a her.
And he's been slightly disrespectful to a point where even I would say I don't give a I normally wouldn't ever tell you to but
okay,
yeah, she's slightly disrespectful to everybody.
Okay.
She's calling people
No,
derogatory names and
okay.
things like
I'm
that.
gonna pay attention to her. I mean, look, I'm gonna see if I can just see what she's saying, and then block her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna pull her out. I still believe that she's one of us, and I will never want to, hurt her
Yeah.
deliberately. But
No,
yeah,
it's not about it's not about hurting
it took
her.
my mind. It took my mind away from what we were actually
It's
trying to achieve here.
it's
But go ahead,
distracting
bro. Go
basically.
ahead.
It's basically distracting because, but if you see it, I want to talk about how we can change. Okay, me too. Go on, exotic. Do you have something in mind, exotic?
Yeah, okay. So
Exotica?
what I have in mind is leading back to the point that I said earlier, we need to start investing more into our countries. Like it really honestly breaks my heart when I see people travel to other countries, like for example, like Mexico, Brazil. Like we need to encourage more people to one travel to Africa because tourism can also help our country as a whole
True.
and change the image of the media because the what's portrayed in the media is that we as Africans don't have food. We walk around with no clothes. And that's not true. Not all of us are walking around barefoot in poverty. So we need to start showing more beauty, more of the beauty of Africa. And with all the Africans that are very successful all around the world, we need to start an organization. And when we start that organization to allow certain parts of Africa to be able to have access to water, to have access to food, to have access to education, when we educate ourselves on the issues of what's going on in our country and the history and why it is the way that it is, when we learn about history, we will not repeat the same things all over again. That's why it's important for us to learn about the history. What are we teaching our kids as well? And we need to start with our younger generation. Our younger generation is our future. So we need to be educating our youth to give back in the community. The way I may give back to Africa may be different from the way that you give back to Africa. For example, I'm studying healthcare. I want to go back home. I want to be a doctor. So how I'm making a difference is through healthcare because I see healthcare disparities all around me since the age I was younger. My grandmother had died from throwing up blood. I've had people in my family die from things like malaria due to not having access to medication. So for me, what I'm going to do when I get back home is make this medication accessible to all people. How can we make it accessible? How can we advance technology? Like there's no way that the west of Africa is more advanced than the east. So if the west of Africa, how can we work with the West Africans to bring that technology from the West to the East? That's what we need to be talking about. How can we learn from these other African countries? We can sit and talk about Nigeria all day, but let's look at what is successful in Nigeria and learn from each other.
True.
Brother, can I have one moment after you say something? Can I have a moment after you? I want to really talk about what that sister just said.
Yes. It's true. Because at this point we have to stop with the conversation about hate and all of that, like what causes us to separate. One thing is for sure, the separation is there. But what we have to understand is that what can we build on? What is that one thing or the few couple of things that can make us come together? Like what she just said, Exotica. For example, when it comes to solving real problems that people are dealing with in the continent. And the healthcare industry is a big issue. And a lot of issues is I saw an article that was saying when it comes to counterfeit medicine is a big issue and people are not getting enough healthcare that they need, or even when it comes to different things, different activities that can stimulate the economy. When it comes to even AI or technology, I've seen, let's say for example in Ethiopia, they are so well invested in technology, and a lot of other countries as well. But I find it's more of, I don't know if you guys actually are paying attention, but a lot of people in the West or economists are saying that Africa is the future because of when it comes to buying power. And also when we look at globally, Africa has the most amount of young people in the world. So that's a lot of opportunities there. So which means we all have to be diligent and find ways that we can somewhat plant ourselves there in order to help not only the country but also help ourselves economically as well. There's gonna be a lot of opportunities. We have to step away, try our best to put aside the things that we dislike and focus on the things that we can build on, that can bring beneficial returns. What do you wanted to say, Slim? All right, let's give.
So the beautiful thing about the whole the prompt in general, what you have just put up there, why are Africans so divided? It's by design. And whether people believe it or not, this is the worst thing of it. When it comes to that, divided, it is by design. And when people that are so clever in marketing and propaganda, when they can push that narrative of like, oh, those people are not like you. They are not. They are less than you, or they are more than you, or this, that, and the other. And
1 minute.
It's okay. And they keep that up. They keep that divide up. This is the thing. And we have seen clear, even in this prompt just now, we have seen clear evidence of that some people, they don't want to align themselves with people that they are clearly part of. They are clearly part of the same continent, same people, that their interests align so closely with their own success, with their own family success. And the fact that they think that just because they feel like they are superior or lesser or whatever it may be, that they have to divest themselves from them, diversify themselves from them. When Africa, like I said in the beginning, Africa, if Africa came together as a continent, the same way that the Europeans do, the Dutch are very close with the Germans. The Germans have things that the Dutch don't have. The Dutch have things that the Germans don't have, like a clear, nautical and maritime connection to the rest of the world. They all stick together. The thing that they have done to Africans, especially, and I'm going to take it home for myself, to the Horn, is where they have made a clear divisive disconnect between the Ethiopians and the Somalis. And then they made the Somalis and the Eritreans and the Djiboutis, and everybody thinks that they are better than the other, that they deserve more than the other, and it's just a whole mess there. If those people if only the Horn of Africa, the northeast of Africa, only got together and actually gave Ethiopia a clear line, a train, a single or two trains to one of the coasts, because it's a landlocked country, and they use that, to say like, oh, Ethiopia, it's like $400 billion country worth, and Somalia is only 15 billion, and Eritrea is only 12 billion, and then you have Djibouti, which is 50. So who are you to don't let them take? Like it's nothing exactly in that way, but you can imagine how that goes. So there's a conflict in that area. Everybody just got along there, just the same way that the Europeans do. They all support each other, bro. I'm telling you, they all support each other. In Europe, Dresden was burned down to the ground in 1945. Burned to the ground. Berlin burned to the ground.
And then
in less than 7 years. 7 years. Bro, I grew up in Holland. I know the history of these people. In less than 7 years.
Okay, give the others to talk.
Germany became a multiple head of the states again. Like nothing ever happened. Like they never did anything. But Africa is still suffering, even though they have
give to others to talk as well.
Hold on.
Let me talk.
Can I ask a question? How well do you people know about socialism and
we're not gonna look. Okay, no. Comrade, we're gonna stick to the common language that everybody can understand. I do get it. You wanna go into the deeper, but we also have to keep it more common for everybody to understand. Let's switch to who's this new person who just came in with the
Fairy.
What's up, Fairy Tale?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I feel like when it comes to like this whole conversation, especially when people equate it to like what's going on in the West, we are not like from the West, guys. You know what I'm trying to say? Like Africans and Westernized people are very different, and that's okay. I think the issue when it comes to this conversation is a lot of people are pushing for Pan-Africanists and like sameness, right? But that's impossible because we are so diverse as a continent. Like Nigeria alone has like I can't even name the amount of tribes Nigeria has. So that like that many cultures, it's hard for people to come together in agreement on the same things. You understand what I'm trying to say? I think we need to start moving in a way where we're not trying to get people to have the same belief systems. More of a sense of like just coming together for a unified objective, like a coalition type structure, where we can say, okay, this kind of movement benefits all of us. So regardless if you are what Muslim, Christian, Igbo, Yoruba, forget the tribalism, right? If we come together for this one thing, we all benefit.
That's what I mean.
This is exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
Exactly that. You're
It's true.
100%
We are
correct.
too
Thank you
diverse.
for
Yeah, but the diversity,
I really appreciate
guys, the diversity is what makes everything, is what makes Africa unique. The diversity shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's more about finding common grounds, things that can be, beneficial to everyone. It's it shouldn't be like, okay, just because I'm this, you should be like that also. That's really not necessary. We're gonna be fight. It's gonna be a constant conflict over and over again if you're gonna be trying to get other cultures who grew up in their own culture, who actually has a great history and that goes way back into family ties. They're not gonna shift. But when it comes to the future, everyone wants to have a better future. Everyone wants to have something, some elevation, something that makes their life better, and we can focus on these things, So that's what I mean. Let me see who else didn't get a chance to speak yet. Oh, comrade, did you want to say something earlier?
No.
Yeah. I understand. Okay, somebody said in the chat, should Africa has, let's say for example, in Europe there's euros, and Asia there's the yen, but also in different countries there's one superior, and in America there's the American dollars. Should Africa have its own currency?
Yeah, Gaddafi tried that. Gaddafi tried that and he died.
Yeah.
Gaddafi tried that.
But-
That's why Gaddafi died.
But okay,
that.
but answer the question though. Should
We should.
Mhm.
We should. 100% we should. And the reason why they killed him is for that. Sorry, why they
unalived
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, why they did that. And it's exactly for because if he got away with that, if he got away with this gold standard dinar that he was putting out, that gold dinar that my God, if every country that had oil on the planet, on the face of the planet, which is mostly Africa, from the Horn of Africa right now, where the Turkish are finding more oil than there is in one grid, more oil than the Saudis have. In East Africa, Somalia, right there, the Kenyans were fighting against them for that in 2021. It's been disputed now. The Somalis are going to be one of the richest countries in the whole world. Now, the problem is whether they are going to be loyal to their own kind, which is very unlikely because the northern Somalis, where I'm from, have already sold their soul to the Israelis very recently. I don't know if you follow the news, but so it is always that pattern. So we need leaders. We need leaders that are, loyal to the cause rather than to their own pockets and to whatever agenda they have.
Yeah, true.
If that makes
You know
sense.
what? I actually kind of disagree with the last point. I think leaders get you so far. Like Ibrahim Touré, what he's doing is great, but I think it's also a sense of like instilling it into the people, right? So
Yeah.
then it's not a case of like, let's say this person is assassinated and then the movement just dies, because the sentiment is so deeply rooted in the people that it's like, regardless of who is leading it, right? It's continuing on and it's progressing.
Yeah. So
I want to say something. Can I say? So throughout history, we have seen it time and again that every single time. I'm talking from Mozambique to Uganda to Congo to Mali to Burkina Faso 3 single times to Ivory Coast. Every single time, and up until the 70s, they called it, whether you like it or not, look it up. It is right there, an uppity guy coming up, an uppity guy, like the same way that they use it against the African American, an uppity guy coming up with ideas to go against the status quo. So the Afro franc, to go against that, or to go against the dollar, or to go against the dinar. As soon as that happens, boom, he's out, he's gone, nowhere to be found. And who comes in place? A new guy that puts the whole country in despair, and then he lives. He says he's from Zimbabwe, for example, but he lives in London or in Zurich or in New York.
Yeah.
He doesn't even live in the country, but he's living the life, and he's doing their bidding. All that's all it is, constantly on a loop, constant loop. So this is why I said we need leaders like Traore that are not really scared. He had already like 34 assassin attempts against him, and he survived them because he's got loyal people around him, and hopefully that will continue. I sincerely hope that this guy will get to the top and keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Set an example for the rest of the world.
Block that guy. Who's this guy? It's not a guy. Wait. Who? Yeah, I agree with you, because it's like, just because he tried, guys, we have to keep, also when we say we have to say on my life. Who's me? Just because he tried doesn't mean that, he didn't make it. Doesn't mean that everybody should give up. I mean, maybe currency should be maybe we need to rethink the way we think about currency. Maybe it should be something like, cryptocurrency, or some form of currency that is not, physical, that people can just use to trade, at least for beginning. Should I give a call?
We can be leaders. We can be leaders as individuals, and show our people how to do that.
Yeah.
We can be the ones that set that up, and tell the rest of the African people, don't do that. Spend your money into into cryptocurrency, instead of taking it from the IMF and all those type of things. We could do that individually. We can do that. We can get together and teach our people, teach our parents, and teach our cousins and sisters and brothers. We can teach them all. Put your money in. When you're in Africa, use cryptocurrency.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it sounds like a good idea for sure, but I'm not sure if we have necessarily the infrastructure to do that yet. Right?
Yeah, but it's something that could be built.
We actually do. Even Somaliland, 99% of the country in Somaliland has pays by digital currency, by phone.
Yeah, by phone, exactly.
And everything. Yeah. Because it's a brand new country. It's a brand new area. Everything has been destroyed because it was a failed state. So everything had to be built by new. So they pay everything.
Yeah.
By phones.
By phones.
By digital currency. They don't pay. So if you can get a lot of other people to do the same, I'm telling you.
But these things need to be built up. But I think it's a sense of like, we don't necessarily need to westernize Africa, just modernize it and find out, figure out new systems that works for us, because we like most of these Western systems, we can't adapt to, if we're completely honest. That's like, if we're real, because I think there is this kind of, like we said earlier, cultural aspect to a lot of things as well that we need to take into consideration.
But why again, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. Why do we need to do that? We have everything. They need us. We don't really need them. If the moment that we realize that we have all the resources, it is our country, it is our ground, our land. We have it. It is not them. They are coming to buy it from us, but they do it in such a sneaky way. If we have a currency like crypto where we can sell it. We can use our own land and sell it, get other contractors to come in. We don't need the government to come in. Like, because when you ask the government, then they have the puppet that comes in and he's going to get paid, and they're going to bring in like Castro and all those type of Exxon Mobil and all those type of things. If you can bring in your own people, use cryptocurrency to pay them and pay yourself after that and pay your people after that. I mean, Jesus Christ, sorry for cursing, but
no cursing, no cursing, Slam, no cursing.
We just need good leaders. We just need good leaders. We just need people that can think
but when we think about good leaders, we have to think about ourselves as well. You have to think about you. And like because let's say, for example, what can change, you are giving example of a lot of countries that went through World War, a lot of countries, let's say, for example, I think even Malaysia or South Korea, there are a lot of China, there are a lot of countries. If you look at what they used to be back then, a few decades ago, compared to now, you cannot even fathom how did it actually, move so quickly? How did they make themselves become such a modern society so quickly? The way they did it is by business, through people just taking initiative and creating businesses, and at the same time, forget or just put aside these petty things and focus on economical trade. That's how they did it.
I'm going to explain something, and I'm going to be really quick.
Stick to what I just said.
Right now in East Africa, right now, what's happening in East Africa is a very crucial point. They found more oil in 3 grids than in the whole Saudi peninsula. You know what that means? There is more oil in just that little bit, and there's 103 grids left to discuss. And it's together with the Turkish. The Turkish and the Somalis have an historic 70 to 30% until they recuperate their expenses. The Turkish, 70-30. It's unheard of in history. Not the Nigerians, not the Saudis, not the Bahrainians, not the Qataris. No one ever got this deal. The Somalis got this deal with the Turkish. So when they had the 30-70, so when they recuperate their costs after building everything, they will go back to 95 to 5% for the Turkish, 95 for the Somalis. So what will happen? Most likely, if everything goes according to plan without America intervening or Israel trying to do whatever they are trying to do, or what will happen very soon is that you will see Somalia becoming one of the most richest countries in the world just by natural resources.
Hold on a minute. Do you think that Turkey is a good idea, Somalia, to give them 95% and Somalia get 5%?
No.
No, it's the other way.
I said Somalia would get 95.
But why? Turkey is taking 95. Why? Why us Africa?
No,
we don't
listen.
Somalia is taking 95 after they recuperate their costs.
No, Turkey is taking 95.
No. Right now,
only getting 5%.
No. Turkey right now is taking 70.
Anyway, I believe Africa, it belongs only Africans. It does not other people to interfere.
Sister, I understand where you're coming from, and I appreciate your compassion about it. But what they said was 70% at the moment will go to Turkey, because they are the ones that are investing their time, their infrastructure, their people. They're putting and it's an unheard of deal that has never been done in history. No other country has ever come into another country and said, like, we're going to help you and we're only going to take 70. Normally,
no,
like
but that's the play, though. You're not understanding what she's saying. That's the whole play. The reason that they're building up these things is for their benefit, not for the benefit of the people.
Because they know.
I understand when I should. D, why do you mean D?
Has been always close to each other, and they know that the Somalis are very loyal to them, and they will never turn their backs on them. So what they know is that the Somalis will 100% back them throughout history for the next 200-300 years. It will never end, because they know that they were the only ones that came there and gave them that. This is like strategic 101. This is nothing to do with anything
No,
else.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's a sense of like they're building things to extract resources that they are going to be using, not for the people.
For sure.
Right?
And they're more than welcome to do that because they.
I disagree with that.
How can you be supporting the
disagree with that.
exploitation of
Your people, yeah.
African country?
At the moment,
This is what the French are doing.
brother, at the moment,
Chinese.
it's about percentages, and that's the way the world works. The percentage is in the favor of the Somalis at the moment.
Can I tell you something, right? Anything we are going to build within the African continent that would not be used to benefit the average poor African, we don't want it, right? It is literally exploitation and we don't want it. The natural resources and the rare earth mineral that exists within the African continent is for Africans. We are supposed to use it to develop the African continent, and Africans need to be the one working in these refineries or mines and so on. Someone should not come and build it and start stealing from us, because what you're trying to say.
Can you look into this deal? Can you look into this deal?
Exploitation.
We'll look into it. I think this is another issue that a lot of Africans have.
No, wait.
The need to, wait, well, let me find it. You don't even know what I'm saying.
Wait, Ferry. I'm looking at the deal at this point. It doesn't seem to be in favor of Somalians. It seems more to be in favor of the Turkish. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing.
That's only until they recuperate their costs of what they have.
Okay. So you're saying one at a time.
Can I say Somalia doesn't have the cost to pay for it themselves because of what they have been through throughout the last 35 to 40 years. They don't have the money for it. So what they did, they invited the Turkish because the Turkish have been loyal to Somalia and Somalia has been loyal to Turkey throughout.
I don't care. I prefer my oil to stay in my land until my children will land.
I understand. I
don't agree with that kind of
No one lie about
we don't have the
it,
boat,
always.
we don't have the research, we don't have it to research it ourselves. Once they have recuperated the costs of what they are doing and establishing research centers and everything and the Cape and everything, once they have done that, you know what the Turkish have promised it, and this is signed in 2022, they will go back on a 95 to 5%. Look it up. This is right.
Okay, but we understand that they might be making these promises.
Unheard of.
Okay, wait, just chill. Can you chill out?
Let him go ahead, Ferry.
What we're saying is we understand that they've made that deal, and yes, it seems favorable, but historically, they've gone back on these things. That's what, I feel like you're neglecting to understand. I think this is the same, naivety, to be honest, that our ancestors had. Yeah, absolutely. Where we feel like, okay, well, we're going to make this deal, right? That's favorable to them initially, but they promised that it's going to be beneficial to us at the end of the day, right? How do you know that they're not going to extract a substantial volume of the resources and leave minimal by the time they give you that 95% back? Because this is wait, let me finish.
Slim, no, go ahead, Ferry. Slim, you have to
My
wait.
point being is that if we make deals like this, it has to be first beneficial for the people, right? Our resources are being exploited because the people aren't benefiting from them, right? It's a fact of we should first be taking care of our own, and then the excess is what we can bargain with, right? Or barter with, right? But it's right now, we're not even taking care of our own people. We're taking care of everywhere else, and our people don't have anything. That makes no sense.
I completely agree with you.
Wait, Slim. Wait, hold on, Slim. I got this. Yeah. So what?
Okay, you can jump in.
No. Hold on. The point that you're making is a relevant point, because when we look at history, it has taught a lot of different countries that sometimes different countries would make a deal. And then they can change along the way. The deals can be shift, or the deal they can dishonor the deal, because we're talking about the language of business here and the language of profit. And one thing is for sure, it might seem like they want to help, and at the end of the day, every company want to make their own profit, and they want to be the one to control or have power over whatever resource that they can be.
Absolutely.
I think what you're asking about is more of what are the checkpoints that they can go through to make sure that the deal is honored, and how can it actually benefit?
That's it. See,
How can it
I was
actually
getting to that.
benefit? No,
That's what I was
hold
getting
on,
to.
Slim.
That's what I was getting.
How
So
can
there
it
are checkpoints. There are absolute checkpoints. So
or how can it actually benefit the general population of that country? So that's and who's gonna be this person who's gonna be like somewhat the overseer to make sure everyone is playing by the rules? Go ahead, Slim.
Right.
Slim, go ahead.
yeah. So there's government entities, but they are on a loop. So there's not going to be one person that's going to be able to benefit from anything. So whatever they say, it's not going to be like, oh, we give you this much, let us take this much. It's not going to be entirely.
How are you so sure, Slim? How are you so sure? What makes you so sure?
This is the thing. They are millennial actually partners.
Block this guy.
Yeah, he's just an attention seeker. Don't give him the attention he wants. Moving on.
Okay.
He's from Morocco. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought for a second you guys were talking about me.
No.
So what you have to remember, brother, is that what they do is they have clear political but also business alliances together. What the Turkish have said was they will take 70% until they recuperate. 95% until they recuperate their costs. So what they are going to do is they're going to build the refineries and all of those things, like the same way that the Saudis have done it in the past, in the 1920s and the 1930s, the same way, exactly the same, just a much larger percentage. So once they recuperate all of that, and they have the bases, the Turkish have the bases, army bases in Somalia as well. That will happen, 100%.
Yeah.
And already Somalia will also have bases in Turkey. That will also happen, and training grounds and everything. That was part of the deal. This is all on paper, and by.
This is the reason is I wanted to be a president in Somalia as well. As a female to run all the country, because they are stealing for my children beneficial. I don't agree kind of these things because 95% they are taken, they're giving me 5%. Do you know why Siad Barre never allowed kind of those things in a powerful country? Look, for example, now, even the oil, when they bring out, they're going to wash it and clean in Turkey, not inside in Somalia.
But can I say, if you
this is what happened in Nigeria. Nigeria oil is going to somewhere else. They clean it and return back expensive in Africa.
Sister, what you're forgetting, what you're doing is that you're thinking that the Somalis are stupid, and they're
stupid in the brain. I'm telling you right now.
Please, let me say. Can I please finish? What you're thinking is that the Somalis are stupid enough not to bring their own people in, at least 30 to 35 people, which is on the contract, that they will also oversee everything that is happening at every single point.
No, but is that on the contract, or is that just your like assumption?
That's absolutely on the contract. You can look it up. It's all available online.
Yeah, I will definitely look it up because it's definitely interesting.
Don't forget that these people are.
We are still a country with
Good.
over
Okay.
25 million people.
All right, Slim, give other people. Comrade, what do you want to say? No, Slim, hold on.
Slim,
Give Comrade a
like
chance.
Ferry stated, you are being naive, just like our ancestors were, right? These people are treaty breakers. Nobody comes to the African continent to do business with us with having a positive mindset in their back concerning Africans, right? They are going to break that contract. It's not going to mean a dime. And if someone tries to complain among the Somali ruling class, they will just bribe that person with some money to shut them up, right? Theoretically, it's going to benefit Somalians in the long run, but practically, they are going to break that treaty and do whatever the hell they want to do. The only thing that they have to do is to bribe someone in the ruling class and keep them to shut up. That's just basically how it's going to be.
But if you notice,
don't trust the Turkish. Don't trust them. Go on, sorry.
Have you noticed that they don't like when we do things on our own? right? They always like to have a hand in things that we're doing. That whole DEI kind of concept, right? Diversity and inclusion. They like to be our overseers to make sure that we're doing things how they want us to do it, right? That's exactly why Obama had no threats on his life. Obama was the president of the most racist country we could say in the world. He didn't have one threat on his life. Now we're talking about Ibrahim Traoré, right? A foreign leader has had over 100 threats on his life because they don't like when we come together and do things on our own. And there's a reason for that. Okay, so all of these deals, and they're saying, oh, well, we're getting this from them and we're getting that. Baby, that's not the goal we should be having at all.
Yeah.
It could favor us maybe a few years. No, we need to deconstruct that. Absolutely, 100%. That was the biggest mistake we made, trying to integrate. Honestly, I know that sounds so terrible to say. I'm not bashing like white people when I say that. I'm just saying we need to learn from other marginalized groups. Best believe a lot of these conversations that you're seeing about Palestinians, and you're seeing Western people talk about Palestinians, baby, they don't give an F about Palestinians. They don't like Jewish people. No. And now this is, yes, absolutely. Let me finish. This is just their outlet to express that, because Jewish people are so involved in their community. They'd rather see somebody that is like them up and in the ranks than somebody that's from any other community. Right? They're very, very tight knit, and they've established things that now doesn't only benefit them, benefits the wider world. So there is consequence when people go against their community, right? They weren't from this higher class that people like to frame it. They became that by gatekeeping and respecting. There's not trying to push and fight for inclusion. Let's get involved. Let's let the white people help us. We need to deconstruct that mentality for sure.
What I said was not white people. Remember that.
Okay, Turkish people too.
Turkish people, what?
Let's establish one thing, please.
Oh gosh.
It is not always doom and gloom. This is the one thing that please understand this. So throughout history, the Somalis and the Ottoman Empire, the Turks have always, you can, again, I'm not saying anything.
I know.
Yeah, they have been allies throughout history. Fought the Portuguese, the English, the everyone, and they beat them and got beaten with them together. And the Arabs, they came and they helped them and got against them. And the Turkish, those people, they have always been aligned with the Horn of African people. Now, what this is, what they have said, it's not so. It's not just the president that's making a deal.
Okay, let me ask you this, Slim.
But there is
Slim. Hold on.
line of people.
Hold on, Slim.
There's a line of people that are
Slim,
that have the
you
right
gotta,
to
Slim, you gotta wait. Slim, I want to ask you this. Are you Somalian? I don't know if you are Somalian, Slim. Are you
I'm from Somaliland.
Okay, wait. I want you to understand. We are not. Okay. Let's put it like this. First, we want to congratulate you and your country. I just wanted to clarify. I want to know for sure rather than just assuming. So we want to congratulate it. It's a good thing. Nobody here is saying it's a bad thing. What we are actually saying is that history, trusting in others to do the thing that you can do for yourself.
Right.
It didn't work out. And although the deal seems so promising, and we understand that you are so excited, it is exciting news, but you should also be leery to think that this can seem too good to be true. And at the same time, what Amino is saying is that all of these things should have been done by the people of the country itself, nobody else involved. This is what we are saying. No, hold on. Before you go, wait and listen, okay? So what we are saying is that yes, it's a deal, and it might seem like in the very beginning of this deal, it doesn't seem it's favoring any of the Somalian at this point, to be frank. but we don't know. You say there's checkpoints along the way, people who are overseeing, Somalians who are gonna oversee this deal to make sure it goes right. And we are saying somewhere along the way there can be hiccups where it just basically doesn't benefit Somalians. And for me, I'm crossing my fingers that this doesn't happen. And we all can say we agree also that we do hope that this does not happen. But are you open to exercise that idea that maybe it might not
There's
go?
that possibility.
Yeah, the possibility.
Brother, listen. What I was saying was the utmost most positive possibility of what could happen. And I know Africans, we have been burned. We have been burned multiple times, over and over and over and over again. This just seemed to me like when I saw those papers, that the signatures that they were signing, and when I read those papers myself, it just seemed like almost ironclad. But again, Israel is breaking all the rules in the world and history that has ever been broken, and no one else is giving a shit because it's white people that are doing it against the brown people. So it is possible that they might do that again. And Exxon and BP, they still have like 1 or 2 grids also in that area. Of course, I'm very much aware. All I'm saying is like, compared to the historical deals that have been made between the African nations and Europeans, now this deal between an African nation and a Middle Eastern European sub-European nation, it's quite unique, and I'm very hopeful. But again, like you said, brother, of course, and like the sister Amina, I can hear you. Of course, you have to be very cautious and be very careful with your
Okay, one question. Do you think Turkey, they like you? They wanted you? Even when you go to them country, they don't even like you?
Have you been?
Why? They've been ignorant in the brain. My great-grandchildren benefit and learn it. Me, I don't agree anyone my African soil touch it.
You're Somali. Have you ever been to Turkey?
I was been in them country. They don't even like you.
I've been to Turkey.
And you just thinking that Turkey is helping me. They are not helping you. They are benefiting something. There is a reason they are in your land. Your land is full of everything. But you are ignorant as a man.
Yeah, and one thing.
There was a deal in 2007 between Turkey and Somalia when Somalia had nothing, and the Turkish government was the only government in the whole world that would recognize Somali students.
You know exactly. Look. Wait. Look, Slim. It's called. You know what is that called? You know what is that? Wait, y'all. You know what is that called? Long-term planning. This is what it's called. Like, you have to think. Look, I understand. Like we are saying, the way that you're seeing this is very optimistic, and I think this is what what Africans share. That that Africans are optimistic people. That's good, but you should look at it like, dang, like why are they being so nice? I understand they've been nice like this, but what's going on? You should be very, very skeptic. You should be like, I mean, at this point, you know, we are not, you know, shitting on your plan and the plan. We are very, but we are trying to see this from the standpoint of like, really, like Amino said, do they really like us? And even if they do, are they actually trying to, you know what I mean? Are they actually trying to be, bro? If you're not gonna listen, I'm gonna drop you down.
I heard you, brother.
No. But you're hearing me, but you're not really trying to actually exercise that part as well. You just
know what you meant.
Okay.
I'm sorry that
we just want the deal to benefit Somali. That's it.
Of course.
That's
not
it.
just Somali, the whole of Africa, actually.
Can I ask something?
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Sabrina Sabi. I've been listening to Slim K, and I'm also Somali.
All right, you have,
Someone call her. I think someone called her and then she.
yeah,
sorry.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Slim K, did you read the part of the energy deal? Did you read that one?
Okay, what is your point? You're talking to everybody. What is your point?
Slim K.
No. Wait, you're not talking to him directly. You're talking to everybody at the same time.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the deal between Somalia and Turkey, because Slim K is, I admire your positivity, but as many before me said, this is the thing that's fooled us Africans in so many. Like we're so good people, but like in the agreement between Somalia and Turkey, Somalia gets like 5% of the energy deal, and usually when like when countries sign a deal regarding energy, they actually get more percentage than the Somalis actually got in this deal. Now, it looks good for you, but it's because I heard you say like this is actually one of the best. No, actually, it is not. And also, if there's a disagreement between Somalia and Turkey, guess where the court will be? It is in Istanbul. It won't even be in Somalia. It won't even be in any other neighboring country. Like, there's no third party. They're gonna decide if they're wrong or not. It's like the police investigating themselves.
Yeah. And do you actually think if you would come to my house, you do something wrong, and I'm gonna be the one to judge you? Do you think I'm gonna put myself as the wrong one?
Exactly.
No way.
So,
Yeah.
and also like in the contract, like someone said here she hasn't read the whole contract. I haven't read it like word by word, but I've heard about it. I've read some parts of it, and I'm Somali myself. My family talk about it. The thing is that the Somali, like in the agreement, it doesn't also specify in what way does it benefit the local people in Somalia. Like even in the contract, it doesn't even state. It doesn't even state that the Turkish government that they must have they must have. Can I finish? So that they must have an office in Somalia for this agreement.
They actually do. They have it. They have that they have it in the contract that the construction with the docks and everything needs to be worked by at least 75% Somali workforce. It cannot be any other way. It cannot be any other way.
This reminds me of the thing.
They can do the training. They can do the training, but they cannot proceed 75% of the workforce. Somali, it has to be local, and it has to be local.
Okay.
Okay. This reminds me of I don't know what deal it was, but the deal that I think China had with Tanzania. I traveled to Tanzania because I have families. I mean, like my English is like my fourth language, so excuse me. But is it called like rural, like where the
rural?
Yeah. I saw Chinese. Like is it called inmates or like prisoners?
Inmates.
Building the roads in Tanzania. Like you don't see one white person. It's only rural. Like you don't even see a Somali person in those parts of Tanzania that I went to. It was shocking. They were prisoners building the roads. Do you really think that Turkey won't do the same? We have to be critical.
As well, by the way.
We have to be.
That's why. Hey. Maybe I'm starting to see I'm starting to see Amino's point. I'm starting to see Amino's point. Maybe we need the ladies. Maybe we need the ladies to be the leaders, because the ladies are being very much critical here. Like seriously.
Now, my opinion, you understand why I want the African females to rule it.
We need to.
I'm not praying.
I'm not delusional. I know, but
let's say that.
All right. Let's give Ninja a chance. Ninja, go ahead. What did you want to say, Ninja?
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
We all right.
Yeah, I've been listening. I'm a woman too. I'm from East Coast. I've been living in America for 26 years. Here, when you apply, I don't know who's from America here. when you apply application, you have to put your skin color. And this is the problem about Africa. These people put their hands together and they fight. You will never see them fighting each other. But us, we're busy fighting each other. Why our children are slaving cocoa, and the cocoa costs more than what they're giving us from everywhere, from every country. And this is the problem. And we here, we say, oh, we Arabs, we supporting the Turkish. We don't care. We need to support us first. And this is why Africa have been suffering for years, decades.
Yes.
Taking our resources. Our kids are starving. Why? And people are talking here for other people? You should talk for yourself first.
Yes.
That's real.
Can I also say something?
Go ahead.
Why is it always that we don't negotiate? Like we already know we have something. Like we know we have agriculture, we have the seas, we have everything. Why is it that, like, for example, because we're talking about the Turkey thing, we're coming to this table as if we're coming empty-handed. Like we're coming with the resources that you are trying to say that you're going to own 95%. For me, I'm very disappointed in my president. Like, I can't even imagine we're so colonized in the head that I can't even imagine that it is my country that we're actually negotiating about, and I'm going to give away 95% so that means that we don't have like self-esteem as Africans. We don't have this, like, we don't have value, you know? We have to value ourselves. Isn't that when a man says, what do you bring to the table? And you're like, I can give birth. Like, what can you do? No shade to men.
Exactly. Try. Yeah.
Do you, just to repeat what I said previously around what Kwame Nkrumah talked about, African socialism with African characteristics, right? He clearly stated that we should look within our own self to build our continent rather than looking for help outside.
Gosh, are we still pushing Kwame 2026?
What do you mean?
Live long enough and become the villain. I don't support him.
You know, wait, okay, so you're
but that's a completely different conversation.
You see, the ladies have a healthy skepticism. This is the thing. I mean, okay, but go ahead, Ferry.
Can I say something? Can I say something that's like triggering? Can I say something? What if, like, okay, I have to say where my point is. I'm Muslim, so I believe the man is the head of the house. It just by listening to these conversations, it feels like the men are corrupted. And for me, if the men are the house, the head of the house, if they're the head of Africa, of course we're not going anywhere because the men are corrupted. If we're all thinking like kumbaya, yes, come to my country, I'm gonna sign the papers. So we should start listening to women. Like,
I think it's just one man that is talking.
No, but this is the thing. I've always said this in the Black community. Women are the backbone of the community. Absolutely. We're the ones that are out there fighting, even on behalf of men. They're the ones that are supposed to be doing the work, but they're not, right? It's really interesting. But I want to say this. I think, like, Slim's, like, perception that Turkey is going to be better, I think that's, like, that whole indoctrination from the Arab colonialization of Africa, where you feel that because somebody's the same religion as you, that then you are comrades and they have your back. That is not the case at all.
And they never have our backs when we are being racially
No,
profiled.
wait. Let the ladies finish first.
Oh, okay, let me say something real quick, right? The men are going to be doing the fighting. You guys can talk from the background, right? Like, the men are going to be the ones that are losing their lives in this battle, you know?
The battles they created themselves, they signed the battle.
The colonial, like, broke their backs, you feel me? Like father to son, you know? It's fucked up what's happening in Africa right now. I agree with it. I'm in the United States right now. And I feel like Africa should sustain themselves better because they have the resources and they're getting... Right now, if you look at Ibrahim Traore and what he's doing, that's good, you know? And if every other African country adopts that values, wallahi, Africa will be great. You know?
I think we need to like liberate the people. Like I think someone said it before, like an hour ago. I think that we don't need leaders. We need like I don't know if you guys follow like this, what's happening in Somalia right now. I think it is in Mogadishu. Like the people are starting to clean the streets. It forced the leaders to come down and start cleaning with them. We need to liberate the people, the young people. So like revolution does not come within power. No.
They are females, right? Not the man is a female.
One at a time.
Yeah.
What's your plan though? What's your plan for that?
What do you mean?
Sabrina, is it your name, Sabrina?
Yeah, Sabi, yeah.
Follow the rule of
That's just,
Somaliland.
yeah. Hey, what's your plan?
What do you mean, what's your plan?
Like what ideas do you have for that?
In order for like a change to happen, you need quantity. You need more people to believe the idea. In order, like what has happened in Africa, in my opinion, like in Somalia, is that a lot of people did not. It's a little like the U.S. The Americans were very stupid. Like they didn't know anything. They didn't know the difference between Switzerland and Sweden, for example. They didn't know any. They thought they were the greatest country on earth. But there are people waking up due to social media.
Okay, Sabrina, this is not only topic for Somalia, it's all Africans.
Yeah, it's all African.
Can I just land?
Sure, go ahead.
Africa. I'm talking about I'm taking Somalia example because that's what I have knowledge about. But for me, it's all Africa. So a lot of people in like back in the time, their like basic human needs were not met. Therefore, they did not have time to like demonstrate or revolutionize or whatever. I feel that a lot of people are now waking up.
Why is that? Why is Somalia now waking up?
Okay, well, look, again, we're not talking about only Somali. We've been talking about Somali for...
She mentioned it, right?
Yeah, I know. One example and then we move on.
You can take any other country.
Are waking up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can take any other country. So, anyways, I think Africa is waking up now because of globalization. Like, we're connected more to each other. Like, look at us now. We're living in so many different parts of the world, and we can actually have these conversations for free without paying, without traveling to each other. So people are connected in different ways today, and that's why people are waking up and like thinking, "Yo, wait, yours over there using my resources and having a really good life, while my people and me, I struggle here with my kids." So I think it's about just being enlightened by information and social media. TikTok has done a lot for a lot of African countries, Somalia, for example, but don't take it as a one country only. Okay. So the revolution is within the people.
Yeah, okay, one continent. All right, so one continent, I think there was someone who came, Silas Pro, you came in late. I don't know if you have anything you wanted to add quickly.
Yeah, I've been down and listen, I've been there for a while. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, how you guys doing? But anyway, not beating nobody in the head, but what's up, brother? I think the ladies are absolutely right. Because if you go back to history, I don't know what kind of water that our African men, the government, so-called government in Africa, the men drink, what kind of food they eat. Because in 2026, we're still thinking the same way. I mean, you've been burned in the past so many times. You know they don't keep promises. They don't keep it. It's because they know what you have, they want it. And they're not men enough to stand up in their face and make a fair deal. But they don't like the country. They just want to travel on private jet and buy, mansion in Europe and elsewhere, and forget about the people. Okay, if you come into Africa, you say you're gonna get my resources, right? How in the world you're gonna tell me you give me 95%? It's like you take the whole pot of food and you give me a scrum.
Exactly.
You give me scrum, and you're not even telling me this. Hey, I'm gonna be the highway. I'm gonna be the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the university. I'm gonna teach those young youngsters how to research, to use the resources. It's build the engineer so they can manage the plant. I'm build the highway, the hospital. How the heck you gonna tell me you're gonna give me 95%? You're not doing anything. You don't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly. How can
You okay with it?
next.
Come on, man. Come on, come on, man.
It's terrible.
You got to do better than that. Look at
Super Life. Let me go
Go
next.
back to history. Somalia is one of the countries that will suffer the most too in Africa. Because I've been found, trust me, I've been found, I live in America, but I've been found Somalia for years. This was literally the whole world give them name. And then today, the government today gonna tell me you're gonna teach somebody Turkey. You know the history of Turkey? Turkey, the only country who never slept Africa is Russia. And we all done study. The only country who never slept Africa is Russia. Under every other country who slept Africa. So you're gonna trust these people? I told you trust them. Are you mad in the head?
And
Something right.
and this has been the issue. I mean, this has been the issue because look, listen, something is for sure. Wait, Silas Pro, you falling away. But one thing is for sure is that like what the lady's been saying, like wait, let me mute him quickly. What the ladies have been saying, I mean, you know, at one point, if the men are not finding good ways, excellent ways to make deals, at this point, really, guys, what the guys are doing? Because there's no way, there's no way a mother would want to make a deal that where they would take off their kids and then when they would think
This is gonna be like a long discourse.
look, if you cannot wait, bro, you can drop down. That's very simple.
I think the ladies,
My fault.
they're talking over each other, please.
Hold on.
That's so disrespectful. Jesus Christ. I think the woman should
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, because one thing is for sure, there's no way the lady's gonna make a decision that's gonna when they think of their grandkids. Because you guys have to start thinking about your grandkids. What sort of life that you want your grandkids to live in, and your great grandchildren. Not just that. Okay, well, it's so super that my country it's having this opportunity. Then this is just looking in the moment right now, just right now. Think about project yourself in the future. Project yourself into your grandchildren, even if you don't have any. You can think about the grandchildren of your whoever. Like in your own community. What did you want to say? Lakers. Wait. Kobe. What did you want to say? Wave.
Somali wave.
Yeah, that's you right there.
Oh yeah. Salam alaikum, everybody. You know. Listen, bro. The thing with this whole narrative about men not stepping up or doing this stuff, you know, it's like we have simps as leadership in all African communities, you know, where they're selling the resources to the French, the British, whatever, you know, they're sellouts, you know. But when men try to stand up, like you see in Tanzania, it's like some lady that's a president and she's locking men up in cages, killing them. There's blood flowing through the rivers and whatever, you know. Like there's men are standing up, bro. But at the end of the day, they're getting killed. But how do we stop that? How do we make sure that this shit stops? Before colonialism, there was no borders in Africa, you know. Like you can move freely through any estate, you know. And how do we get back to that? Is we have to mobilize the youth. But the youth is running away from Africa and going to Europe and getting criticized. Oh, illegal migration, you know? If the youth runs away, we're gonna have the old heads and the people that don't know how to run the country, and the country is gonna be corrupt, bro. The only country that I can say that is really not corrupt right now is Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso, bro. Wallahi, bro.
Can I stop in on that? You know that one of the thing about the Somali community is also that they go back, they go back to the country. They are doing the diaspora is actually going back. So I have out of three of us, the boys, two of us have gone back already and started businesses. My brother has started back up the Somali
That's
TV
good.
station that we used to have there. You know, we got it back running up. We the businesses, you know, that my family used to own historically, it's all coming back up. So I mean, a lot of people are doing that same thing. It is inherently in the Somali, and I'm talking about only the Somali, but I hope that it would be the same for the rest of the African community.
Do you know what I've noticed? I feel like you're doing this thing where you think you have an exaggerated sense of self, right? Where you kind of compare like things that are going on in Somalia, and even though we can say some of these things are exploitative, because other African countries haven't made those steps, you're using it as a way to big up yourself and then
Thank you,
degrade
sir.
other countries. I feel like you did it a lot, to be honest, throughout this conversation. So I think that's another problem that Africans have, wanting to be better.
Oh,
than
wait,
other
wait,
African
wait,
countries.
Somalia is not
wait.
the only place that young men are running away from.
No, wait.
I never. That's not. I'm
Wait,
not. I'm not
she's not, hey guys, yeah, miss the point, guys. You have to listen because you have to get that point. That's good. What's your name again? Ferry. I hope they were listening good because I've seen this is very subtle as well, and that's why I was telling Slim that we are very proud for his country, but in some way they were like boasting.
Right.
My country.
My apologies.
And no,
I didn't boast.
not you.
You
No.
guys, it's not personal. We're
It's
just
not
talking
personal.
Like on a macro level.
It's not personal, and it's not a bad thing. You know, you should be proud. You should be proud about it. But it's just that like sometimes what I've noticed as well, some African countries, we're talking about still the division is that sometimes some countries say, okay, well, I have this opportunity, so I'm better than you. Like, who are you? You understand what I mean?
Yo, super.
Can I just say my sincerest apologies if I came?
Why did you choose those countries that you like? Morocco, Algeria, Egypt, and Sudan. Like, why did you choose those countries?
My God.
Why?
Yeah, well,
Because they're northern countries. Is that why you chose them?
yes. Because I can. That's why. I just choose some. Look.
You chose them selectively. Like,
No.
Please, for the sake of fun, can we hear
One at a
why
time.
he asked you that?
One at a
For
time.
the sake of fun, please, can we hear why he asked you that? I really want to know.
Why?
the
Yeah.
Intellectual thought behind that, like why he asked you that.
Yeah.
Please, Somali, wait.
Why did you pick those countries? Because
If I can say
Okay.
to Superman,
No. Wait.
if that's
Why?
how I came across, that was not my intention.
No. Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry. Go ahead, Slim. Sorry, my bad. Slim.
I said, if I did not have any intention in that way. I just meant that as an example. And if that's the way that it came across, it's my sincerest apology.
I don't think you didn't do it on purpose. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I actually don't think so. I actually believe a lot of us are so colonized in the head that we actually speak the way, like, imagine that's how they did. That's how Europe divided, as they said, when they were colonizing us. They said, yo, this country's doing better than you. You should do better here. Like, we still have that. Like, we still have that without it's internalized racism.
I was gonna say it wasn't intentional.
It wasn't
Intentional.
No.
I was gonna say it wasn't intentional until he asked the question. Why did you choose them? Can I speak with
No. Wait. Let him finish. Let him finish. He wants to.
For Superland.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Superland. So for Superland, you know what I was talking about earlier about the unity and about the regional unity and everything that comes with it.
Yeah.
I sincerely meant it as an example, not as a rule of like this is what we're supposed to do because we did this.
Yeah.
No, not at all. 100%, I promise you. I had no intention of doing any of those things. What my idea was to just show an example of what could be for the rest of Somalia, the rest of Africa, because what I want is a unity, and I don't think that we need outside help in general.
Yes.
Also, when it comes to the Turkish that come into Somalia, I don't think we need them either, because I think that Nigeria has the necessary.
Exactly.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Wait, let him finish. Let him finish. Let no. Let him.
That's not a good place. Stop glazing it. I'm Nigerian. Stop glazing it. It's not a good
That's a
place.
lie.
It's not a good
Nigeria is a
place.
good
I'm
place.
Nigerian. Stop glazing it. It's not a good place.
See, this is the slavery mentality she was talking about. That right?
It's
It's a
not
slavery mentality. That's a slavery mentality.
It's common sense.
It's a slavery mentality.
It's common sense. It's not
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
It's common sense.
Okay. Okay. Wait, guys.
We have the knowledge. We have the knowledge.
Jesus have mercy.
Nigeria
have the knowledge, bro. You're lying.
Excuse me.
Come to.
Listen, we all have to respect each other in this room
Yeah.
and don't attack to each other.
Yes.
And
Okay.
don't tell these people to that people, okay?
We don't
Thank you.
anybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Amino.
Ourselves.
Thank you, Amino. Okay. Wait. Slim. Hold on. Slim. Hold on.
Sorry,
Give me a moment, Slim. One thing is for sure. Again, we are adults here. So whatever this conversation is for closeness. It's for understanding to talk about the key issues. All right. This is not to create any strife or it's not to create any drift between nobody. I just want to make sure that's clear. Again, one last thing I want to make sure is clear, guys. You can take a look in my bio and you can find out what I do. And so Slim, so I think there's a lot of people here. We're gonna do things differently. I'm gonna start to use the timer so everybody can have somewhat. It's not gonna be equal, but somewhat a fair amount of time to share your opinion. So we're gonna start with Slim.
So what I was gonna say is, like, if you guys were here from before, you would have heard me say that, in my honest opinion, I think that Africa has all the necessary knowledge and everything that we need. The richest country in history, not just today or the last 2,000 years. I'm talking in history when it comes to natural resources, when it comes to minerals, gas, oil, whatever you want to call it. We have the richest continent on the planet. Now, the west coast of Africa, that includes the Nigerians. I think the Nigerians have the knowledge to like
guys,
and I think if they applied that to the Horn of Africa, we wouldn't need the Turkish or the Europeans or anyone. They could have just done it themselves. And even if they took like a larger scale, it doesn't matter because it will stay in the continent. That's what I meant.
Okay.
So please take it from there.
All right. Okay, let's move to Kamrad. Kamrad, you had something to say against what? Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people glaze Nigeria so much, right? The level of illiteracy in that country is extremely high, right? Just because you see a handful number of Nigerians succeeding globally, right? Basically succeeding in the global north, it's not a perfect representation of the technical know-how of the average Nigerian living in Nigeria, right? I understand the need of letting Africans to be responsible for building their own infrastructures and so on, right? But this thing of trying to put Nigeria on a high pedestal and think that it's a place filled with like people who are extremely smart and so on, it's a lie. It's an absolute lie. Don't fall for that trap at all. First of all, what every single African country needs to do is to solve the basic problems we have. Number one, we have a poverty problem that needs to be fixed. And number two, we have an illiteracy problem that needs to be fixed before we start talking about building infrastructure and so on. Stop glazing us, please.
Okay. So, based on what then? You said you shouldn't glaze. Are you Nigerian yourself?
Yes, I am.
Okay, but so you said based on the literacy of Nigerians, and the literacy is very poor in Nigeria, so they shouldn't glaze Nigeria. And
yes,
isn't the guy Dangote from Nigeria, the Dangote dude, the man?
Yeah, Dangote.
Yeah.
Just because Dangote owns a refinery does not mean he's a smart person, right? So I understand.
Wait. So wait. So you're telling me a multi-billionaire is not smart?
Can I?
Mind you, we have a multitude
No,
of
I want to
different
hear it. No, guys, I want to hear his. I really
Is it
want to hear it.
Dangote that is the person that is responsible for building his refinery?
Well, you ask,
Just because he pumps money into the project does not mean that he's the one single-handedly responsible for building it himself. Right? The people who has the technical knowledge to build these refineries are people who actually work with him.
Okay, can I jump in here?
Wait.
Wait, please, can I finish?
Yeah, no, let him finish.
No,
Let me finish.
time is up. It's my
No,
time.
no. I ask him a question. I'm asking him a question. So I'll give him one extra minute. Ask him a
I'm
question.
picking Dangote as the metric to measure the intelligence of Nigeria is disingenuous. The illiteracy rate in that country is super high. It's more than 60%.
How many people live in poverty though?
But were we talking about?
60%.
But were we talking about
More than
intelligence or
60%.
just success?
Guys,
I don't
let
get
him
it.
finish.
I'm talking about.
He's lying.
How am I lying? I'm Nigerian.
Super Life. Search it up.
I'm looking at it up right now, and based on what I'm seeing, it says Nigerian adult literacy rate age 15 and above is approximately 60 to 70%, with recent 2024 estimated suggesting around 60 to 70% of Nigerians can read. This is
That's
from
good.
this is
Can
20.
read is totally different from having a quality education.
Okay,
Most of our
okay.
curriculum is outdated.
But that's the same. Somalia,
Our curriculum is outdated.
Okay.
Somalia has
Can I
All right. Okay. No. Wait, guys. Wait. One thing I wanted to ask him. You said about the Dangote. You said he's not smart because he's not the one to build everything by himself. Who else assisted him in building his multi-billion empire?
The people who he employs to basically work in the businesses he
The oil field.
started himself.
And okay, but so why is that? So why is that a problem? Can he do everything by himself?
If I push this conversation I will start talking about socialism and the contradiction in capitalism. And
But you can answer this very simple question. Can Dangote build this massive empire all alone?
He can't.
Then
So we need to understand that he built his empire on the backs of other people. This is something.
Okay. All right. Then which? Okay, I understand that. But isn't he giving more Nigerians job than other people are giving Nigerian jobs?
No.
What?
No.
Of course.
Okay. I mean, look. One thing is for sure. One thing. That's another. No. Wait. Another thing we have to be honest. We cannot hope to get 100% perfect dude or perfect person. But one thing is for sure is better. I mean, wouldn't you want it's better that he is the one from the country to actually benefit from the country than someone who's from wherever?
Exactly.
It's also
All right, last point.
I also think it's very disingenuous to say that Dangote is the only successful Nigerian. When we look at the stats in other countries, westernized countries, Nigerians are one of the highest or most educated immigrants in the world. I'm still speaking.
All right, now it's her turn.
Because I've noticed a lot of I don't know why I'm speaking and everybody's speaking.
Wait, hold
Because
on.
I've noticed a lot of Nigerians do this, where you kind of feel like you're the outlier and everybody else is kind of like bombs on education. And this is the slavery mindset that I was talking about, right? Where we kind of have this perception that we aren't capable of doing things we are very much capable of doing. We have, yes, I can agree. There is most definitely a illiteracy problem in Nigeria and an educational problem in Nigeria, right? And there is a difference between people who have proper access to education and the people that don't. Those people that didn't have proper access to education, that's why they're in the positions that they are now. We need to give that access to everybody, and then we're gonna notice the change in Nigeria. But for you to kind of frame it as if they're just like, oh, they're no good, STEM, that is so stupid. That was
And
really weird.
and you know
I
what?
no, but I don't appreciate that at all. As
I
somebody who's Nigerian, I don't appreciate that at all.
and did
Because
you
there's a
guys
lot of Nigerians that are
did you guys
taking
know?
active steps right now to improve the country.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a fact. So for you to come up here and act as if Nigeria has just gone to waste, that's not true at all. And that's very misleading. When he was making that statement, he was trying to say that we as Africans can support each other. There's no reason why we should be doing other manufacturing things outside of Africa if we can do it in another African country and feed people that look like us. Well, that's not what you heard. You couldn't hear that.
Yeah.
Well, if I could say, in the since the 1940s.
No, no, Slim.
Can we go up?
No, we're going up, Slim. We're going up. How bad, Slim? And okay, one point I want to add. Ferry just said this. Did you guys know? I mean, if you want to join, it's a full week. Yeah, please wait if you're in the queue. If you want to come up, if you want to be prioritized, you already see what you could do in the queue. Did you guys know when it comes to America, we were talking about literacy rate. And I'm looking at this right now. It says approximately 79%. So remember that in Nigeria, it was between 50 to 70. But in America, it says 79% of US adults are considered literate. So while 21%, roughly 43 to 45 million adults possesses low English literacy skills. So you are comparing. So
we never look at their statics.
Exactly.
We never look. We only talk about ourselves because that's what they have highlighted for us.
You should basically, our main point here, Kamrod, have some, when it comes to, I do understand things are not perfect when it comes to Nigeria, for example. This example says nowhere is perfect, but what you can do is work on each other, work on your
that part.
Yeah, exactly. So did you finish, Ferry?
No, that's okay. Yeah, we can move on.
All right, let's move on to the other.
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
Isn't it like, well, while I'm like listening to my brother here, also, it's just not only Comrade, it's also like all the other Africans. And I feel, I live in a European country. It feels like every time one person that's like a people of color or Black person or African, whatever, once we do something good, we have to criticize it. So it has to be perfect in order for it to be at the same level as a 50% white person. Yeah. Or sometimes 20%. So like I think that we need to reflect and we need to analyze and we need to critically think, why am I actually criticizing this person or this thing? Would I do that the same for Bill Gates? Would I do that for anyone else in the world? And it's not only about this brother, it's everywhere. If you see, like in the country I live in, if someone Black does something, we criticize them. They could have done it this way. They could have done it that way.
Yeah.
But then we support the white people and we buy their stuff and we're like, wow, this is such a great thing. So like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why is it like that? Like it's so rooted in us to just put ourselves down.
It's like never enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like the good girl syndrome. Like you always have to be like, the good man. I don't know if the guys have the same. Please don't come for me. I love my brother.
Don't go for her. Don't go for her, y'all.
Yeah. I feel like you have to always be good. You're not good enough, and I think that's when you look at yourself in the eyes of the whites, because you're never good enough for them. So we have like adapted that. Like we're carrying that. We don't need the white in the room with us to oppress us. We're oppressing each other. And so sad.
Musungu, leave that word. Use the other word, Musungu.
Okay, Musungu. It's so like horrible. I don't know. It makes me sad.
Yeah, it's like we are. What I've heard is like the biggest critics is us against each other, which is it's like, I mean, look for ways that you could have probably immediately. When you do that, what tends to happen is it's like it's a way of let's say for example from me from my profession, I also learn about the human psychology. When you do that, a lot of people will say it's a form of self-hatred, but also is to deny yourself, to demotivate yourself to actually wanting to strive as well. You might not notice it, you might not really think of it like this, but think about it. Somebody like that should be seen, should be protected first of all, should be seen as, okay, wow, he did something really great. No matter I mean at this point, still at this point, there are a lot of people, but I brought up Dangote. There are a lot of things at this point we haven't heard if he's doing something negative, but again, so we don't even have to think about it like that because he's not doing anything negative, because it would have been so much, all, not only us, other countries will take it and just make it bigger than it is. So I
I
mean,
think it's self hate.
mm.
I really believe that because
What is
in
my
order for me
position?
to hate
Position
you,
in what?
it,
Yeah. Go ahead. Go
like
ahead.
in order for me to hate you, I must hate myself because I'm African and you're African. So if I don't support you just because you're West African, I hate myself. That's my belief. I'm not saying this is what everyone
Yeah.
should believe, but if I hate someone that's from West Africa or if I don't support them, I actually hate myself because I am who you are because we're brothers. We're like the same blood. I take Africans before everything.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ninja Love. Hi, Ninja Love.
Okay, yeah, that was really interesting. Yeah, my concern is we can talk, but at the end of the day, are we going to have a meeting and make a decision on who's going to be a leader and make a change in all Africa without pointing fingers? That's the only way we can do. So we have a problem. Where's the solution? Are we going to sit down together and solve it? Let's do it. If not, then we should not point finger who don't know how to read, who don't know this. We need to better ourselves. Because for years, like I say, for decades, we are feeding others, but we still don't have nothing. So let's wake up, guys.
Yeah. All right. That was straight to the point, Ninja. All right, guys. You like a ninja. Straight to the point. Guys, tap the screen. Let's like up. Let's get the likes up. We're almost at 20K, y'all. And what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you can't.
No.
Next.
No, we have to respect.
Okay, go on then.
Yeah, we have to.
No, but we skipped her. She didn't have her time to speak.
We have to respect the elders, bro. I mean,
Yeah, we skipped her. I don't think she had a time to speak.
It is okay. Let him go.
let him go. Okay, she's gonna have the last words then. She's gonna have the last words. Go ahead, bro.
I'm trying to get off. I'm trying to get off.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Your turn.
Yo,
Kobe.
listen, right?
Yeah, wave.
In Africa, you have presidents that been there for 34 years. That's corruption, bro. You feel me? If you don't have 2 terms and you don't get off that seat, it's corruption. And then the country falls through turmoil, hardship, whatever, And then at that point, they're susceptible to that president fucking having ties with the French, the British, like having colonial ties without colonial ties. You feel me? And then we have this hate of like Nigerians, the Ugandans, and this to pin us each other against each other. You feel me? But at the end of the day, we're all Africans. I know you put North Africans on this list. Like, I know they have like their own ties with the Arabs or whatever. But to be honest with you, bro, this will not stop until the Africans wake up and the military gets paid as much as the politicians. Because if the military doesn't get paid as much as the politicians, there's going to be coups everywhere. There's going to be coups. Coups been happening in Africa for a long time, from Thomas Sankara to so many different democratic republics, If coups can stop what's happening, then I support coups everywhere, bro. I want coups everywhere.
No.
Burkina Faso. If Burkina Faso is successful and have their own gold minerals and digging their own oils and saying, F you, France, I support it.
Okay.
Like imagine in Somalia, right? The military gets paid $100 a month, while the politicians get paid 5,000 a month. Do you think that's gonna stand for a long time?
No, that's not
The
right.
military.
Nope.
And before that, 5 years ago, when when the other president was here, not Hassan Sheikh, but the other president was there, they were getting paid, but they had to buy their own equipment, their own food before they even got put into a database of who's getting paid before that, you know? And right now, it's looking like Al-Shabaab is going to take control if this guy does not act right, you feel me?
Yeah.
Because he's selling us out to fucking Turkey, to
Bro,
whoever, just
bro.
for profit.
Okay, bro. I don't know. Like, okay. You done because we told you watch your language, but you don't wanna be able to do it. But thanks for coming up, man. Wave.
Yeah, take care, bro. I'm gonna go watch the Super Bowl, you know. Take care, bro.
All right, man. Who do you got? Who do you support? Anyway. Silas Pro, how you doing?
Yeah, can
Yeah, loud and clear. Go ahead. I mean, loud.
Okay. My say is for the brother who was talking earlier about the
Wait,
gentleman in Nigeria.
Silas Pro, there's
Hold on.
I can hear the background. It's like, are
Can
you?
you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's not clear. I can hear more of the background.
Hold on. Let me turn my headset off.
Yeah, we can hear more of your background than, yeah.
All right. Now,
Good.
can you guys hear me now?
Loud and clear. That's better.
Okay. My say is for the brother who was talking about the gentleman though who built the refinery in Nigeria. I follow him for a few years. Let's say if 3 or 4 Nigerians do the same exact thing that he did. Imagine how much jobs Nigeria would have. They don't have to travel anywhere else and pay them decent. I'm gonna take an example as a entrepreneur. There is no entrepreneur who actually do create any company, any industry by themselves. That don't happen. He could be, let's say, he can come with the idea, with the brand behind it, the funds, but actually sometimes the people who really run the company is not the owner. It's not the founder of the company. If you're an entrepreneur, you should know how the business works. That don't happen.
Yeah.
First of all, the founder of the company is not the engineer. It's not the actually the manager of the company. He's just the founder. So if that brother know what he's talking about, he should know. Instead, say what he's saying. Say, okay, let's come together with him.
Yeah.
More Nigerian like this, and then listen, tap into those oil, to the resources, and then go to him. He already established. Bring the idea to him. Hey, this is my idea. Bring the company together. What you have established, so he can fund the company.
Exactly.
He can say, you know what? I need 3%, I need 5%. But you create more job for the Nigerian instead of criticize man. That's what I'm about to say. That's what I have to say.
Thank you. It's like a lot of the time we are easy to take away. You know, as human beings, we have this weird thing about us is that we like to break apart or take down or pull down, then rather think, okay, this guy, he's not doing everything right. I recognize there's a gap, there's a blind spot, there's a problem in his company, or there's a problem of what he's doing. I'm gonna find a way to create a company that can solve that problem, or I'm gonna find a way to maybe, like Silas Pro said, just to bring this business idea to him. But yeah, pull down, say he's like this. I understand he's not gonna be a perfect man. I mean,
No, but then as a Nigerian, I can say this: a lot of Nigerians that choose to leave Nigeria, they don't necessarily want Nigeria to improve. They want to be able to go back to their village and be like the big guy and the guy that's spending. Absolutely, that happens a lot. There is that mentality where it's like they want to be the best in the room.
Okay, they want to be.
Okay, it happens a lot.
Yeah, she's right. No, wait, hold on, Slim. Amino didn't get a chance yet. Amino didn't get a chance to speak yet. Hold on. Amino.
Thank you very much, all of you. I really appreciate you, and I hear you very clearly. English is not my first language, but I'm trying my best.
You did good. You did well.
But the problem is, if we keep going circle and circle, we are not politicians. We are not the rich people, but there is things we can agree and disagree, right? But there is a things that right now we can do ourselves. First of all, stop in the foods you bring in from Brazil, from China. Let us grow in Africa. Agriculture. My English no good. Farming. Let us do farming. Stop bringing food outside.
Yeah.
That is the only thing I can say, because we get a lot of expiring food from Brazil, China, to other countries, and that's not fair. While we can farm ourselves, let us invest in our farmers and help them. That's the only thing we can do ourselves at the moment. That's the only thing I want to add it. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Mamino.
Can I add on to what she said?
Go ahead.
My grandmother is born in 1941 in Somalia, and she said when she was a little girl, every time the farmers would plant the seeds, and then when they were English is not my first language. You know, when they're gonna pick, when the things are done, harvest. So when they were harvesting, and then they wanted to either sell the things or give it to the people, the UN used to have airplanes, and they used to drop food from the sky at the same time as the farmers were harvesting. And my grandmother was born 1941, and she said she didn't know what that meant, but she understood it decades later. The politics, she's a nomad. My grandma, she learned to read and write and everything when she was in her 70s. But so now we talk about it, and she fills the gaps for me. She doesn't have the knowledge I have of the politics of the world, but she has the experience of being subjected to these kind of strategical, oppressions. So I just wanted to add to what Amina said, because if those powers existed back in the days, as so far, imagine the technology and everything that they use today in order to make us
subvert. So it's like I understand what you mean. It's like they're telling the other people, say, well, why do you want to pay your own farmers while you got this food falling out of the sky, and it's easier. That's a lot of.
And the food was not, the food is, it's not even healthy.
I mean,
it was the packages.
Of course.
From the UN.
Of course, that's what they will do. Because that's what Slim. What did you want to say, Slim?
Oh yes, yes, exactly what the sister Sabisa just said. Sabrina, my bad. I just said that like a little while ago, maybe about an hour ago. I said about the eggs when the churches used to send the eggs, and then they used to take out, they used to say oh, here's a lot of eggs from the church, and they feel good about themselves. when they send it to us, and they oh, we send it to Africa, we send them so many eggs, and then what they don't realize is that the egg farmer, the chicken farmer, is losing out all his business, everything, because the people can just go to the place of the UN and get chicken eggs for free and everything, and they take out. And the same thing with the shoes, like this Tom, what's his name, this Tom guy that had the shoes. For every shoe you buy, he would send another shoe to Africa. So every time they send the shoes, the cobblers in Africa, they would lose so much money because people were getting the shoes for free. They would not go to the cobbler anymore. It constantly happens, and I might have been doe-eyed and delusional when I said about that Africa can, sustain on its own, and I think it really can. But I think the right people need to be in place to get that done. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I came across at some point later on in my delusion to push my narrative and say like this can be really happening. It is a thing that is a gradual process that we need to push ourselves, and us from the diaspora needs to go back and lead our own people if that's what we want. With our knowledge that we've learned from here that they don't necessarily have, we can share it with them, and maybe they can lead us and we can lead them at the same time. That's my two
Well,
cents on this.
well said, Slim. Well said, Slim. Because again, at this point, we're not trying to make anybody feel bad, but we just we have to be able to find ways we can help each other. Even if this is a conversation, this is also to bring awareness and to improve, or not improve, but to bring in awareness, meaning that they are probably, I don't know everything, and this is the reason why I have this conversation, so I can get to know a little bit more of what's actually happening from you guys. And you guys don't know everything, I would assume. And
I want to be part of this. I want to be really part of this.
Yeah.
This movement that you have going. I really want to be a part of this. I'm going to follow you.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
the
But
main
just
guy.
just keep in mind, I don't. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. Just keep in mind, I talk about different things, and different things about lifestyle. I'm a lifestyle coach, so this is what I talk about, not just Africa. So if you expect me to be talking about Africa, no, I talk about lifestyle in general. So, and that situation is so in my page, like tomorrow I'm gonna be talking about, let's say, for more things, more of motivation. Every day I try to have a different theme, and whichever you want, like whenever that you guys feel like you want to add to the conversation or you disagree, like you, first thing first, I'm not gonna take anything personal. I just ask to be respectable to everyone, So I think with that we can always have thought-provoking conversations and be able to perhaps even network with each other.
Well, you've been a very gracious host, and thank you for that. And we are all very complex people that have many skills on our own.
Yeah.
So maybe we can all add each other, and hopefully all the girls can bring in theirs. With the description that one of the sisters said that we need some leaders from the female perspective. So maybe we can have some of that, and